What was that?
Who is he? I mean, please help me. What
he's a former advisor of Trump. Right?
Okay, we're out of that.
So he was
So
tied
what
up,
was he picked up for?
lying to Congress in the Senate.
Seven indictments.
But they didn't, you know, they went to his house at 5 o'clock in the morning, beating on the door with
they could have him come
M16s and
Normally,
armored vehicles.
I tell you,
why did they?
To me, the FBI
So that's what I said.
call them.
Why was
The
that?
FBI is a lawyer. After all the stuff coming out, the FBI to me is a joke.
I don't get why armed agents
I will
that
tell
have
you
to
one
storm
thing.
the house.
I'll tell you one thing that really sucks. I mean, and really, Trump should not have shown a split between him and the intelligence community when it comes to Russia. Even if they have a squabble, it should be in-house.
Yep.
You shouldn't have a rift like that.
No.
He's in Russia. Well, of course. Well, he says he did.
A Walgreens pharmacy today to start saving. Walgreens, trusted since 1901.
You can talk to me.
Is a preferred network pharmacy with United Healthcare, Cigna Healthcare, and Express Scripts.
Okay, yeah, I can
For
put it
a
on.
complete list of available plans, please contact 1-800-Medicare. TTY users should call 1-877-48.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of
24 hours a day,
RDIs.
7 days a week, or consult www.medicare.gov. Other pharmacies are available on our network.
And now, the worst commercial ever.
As a real-life caterer,
Oh, I love that. I love that. The worst. I love that guy. That commercial.
Through Progressive. They help with
What a great commercial.
insurance solutions that keeps my business cooking.
Our relationship with that wordplay was most unpleasant.
This is good.
So you're going to like that car, Kevin.
This is a good commercial.
It's like part of the shop.
I don't know. It has a movement, so it may be part of the parking lot. Yeah.
The Raleigh House has an informational line that they want you to avail yourself of if you have an addict in your life. This is very, very important. TheRaleighHouse.com. They will give you information on addiction treatment. They run an addiction treatment center. But here is the important thing. They're not looking to sign you up with this line. You can call, and in a relaxed, comfortable way, confidential and free, you can ask any question you want. How do I know there's an addiction problem? What do I look for? How do I approach them? What treatment is available? What does it cost? Does insurance cover it? What kinds of addictions are there? Here's what I see. What does it mean? And all of these questions, because we all have questions. 720-893-5559. A wonderful service by TheRaleighHouse.com. 720-893-5559.
It's usually a mistake, both financially and in the use of your time, to make up for the time for help.
Because he's not taking dietary.
Is that your SUV out there, John? The white one?
Yes.
In the parking lot? I wanted to go look at it.
Oh,
okay. But it's loaded.
Oh, I think nice. Does my hair look better? I used to be bald.
What are some of your most favorite high-tech?
That's supposed to
Oh,
roll
but
on your
it's,
head.
that's what I love. It's just got the GPS, and I mean, it's just a normal. It doesn't have too much. It has the assist, the park assist, and all that. But you know, really, to be honest with you, I don't like a car that's so jam-packed. You got to have an engineering degree to understand.
Right.
I had a Mercedes that literally I was afraid to touch it.
Mark, we have a new box, so during your spot, or during our commercial break, in the middle of your morning break, Tom will be going live. So just be mindful, like, as far as like the slides, those lives, everybody goes down. It's just different than what you're used to. You'll see what as we go. Mike, whisper in your ear.
What's that?
Mike, whisper in your ear. If I need you to get down, okay?
And little whistle sound comes out when I breathe.
But while
Okay,
your child may
guys,
suffer from asthma doesn't have to make your child
We're going to
suffer.
go on.
There are simple ways you can prevent your child's next attack. To learn more, call 1-866-NO-ATTACKS. That's 1-866-662-8822. Log on to www.noattacks.org or call your doctor. Because even one attack is one too many.
I feel like a fish with no water.
Brought to you by the EPA, the Ad Council, and
We
this
were
station.
saying free transmissions. Yeah, we're doing free transmissions for the next week. Next 10 callers.
The one we did last time, my guy saved this one. They do it again, the free alignment. Apparently the phone didn't stop ringing for like 30 minutes.
Did you win?
Yeah, but still.
Tino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling
Hello! Tom Martino here, ready, willing, and able to take your calls and
help. How many times do people on the radio say, I want to help, and they really mean it? I mean help. Get directly involved in your consumer problem. Yeah, you might be new and thinking, well, who is this guy? This is a guy who's been doing this 40 years in Denver, or nearly 40 years, and the longest-running radio show with the same host currently on the air. Yes, that's right. And we help. So, here's what we do. You call, you write, you email, whatever you do, you get in touch with us. 303-MARTINO works 24/7. 303-627-8466, 24/7. We download that. We get back in touch with it. We also have this phone number on the show when we're here, 303-713-TALK. But if you don't want to worry about that number and you just want to remember 303-MARTINO, give it out. Okay, so when you contact us, we try to help you. We always help. Even if we say we can't help you, we're helping. Do you know why? Because we're saying we can't help you because... blank, 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 blank. And then other people are helped as well. So that's what we do, 303-713-TALK. And, you know, we do Friday. We do Car Day on Friday. So welcome to Car Day. That's because cars are pretty universal when it comes to problems. The word I like to use is ubiquitous. Look it up. Not just. So seriously, I like using... having Friday because it's so common. We have problems. We pile them up. But that doesn't mean you can only ask about cars. You can ask about anything you want. You may ask about anything. But the problem is that we have so many of them that sometimes I want to just keep them on a day where we can have our experts in. So today is that day. And if you have car problems, of course, today is a great day. We have Kevin Calkin from Sheridan Auto Tech, Sheridan. And we have Mark Machowski, Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. And we have a member of our referral list in the Springs with us. Now, this is for paintless dent repair in the Springs, Hail 1 Solution. Hail 1 Solutions, and this is J.J. Hout. J.J., thanks for being here. What's going on, bro? You can turn it on and talk. That's it. It's that easy. And get close to the mic, though. Pull that mic to you and just get close. So, is there still a lot of work down there, sir?
Well, there is. There is a ton of work down there still.
Really?
We're staying busy, but it's a lot of paint work involved. You know,
so you don't do that, right?
Yes, we do. We have an in-house body shop.
Oh, well, that's good to know. So you can do more than just paintless dent repair.
Yes, sir. We sure can.
Okay, but of course, the preferred way for Hail, of course, is paintless dent repair.
Exactly.
Up here we have a great person, a Flexident, and Nick is a great guy. And you've been doing it a while. So what's the biggest challenge in the business? What's the biggest challenge? I know what it is.
The biggest challenge is, I guess, when people come in and they want miracles done, but they don't want to pay for it.
Okay.
You know.
No, I know what you mean. Now,
it's tedious work.
I'll tell you the biggest challenge you have. I'll tell you what it is.
Okay.
Clowns putting up tents down the street.
Huh.
Right? I mean,
yes, sir.
Right? And they're here today, gone tomorrow. That's a big deal in your business. Anyway, folks, give us a call with anything you want. 303-713-8255. And Larry wants to talk about a 2018 Mazda CX-5. Are Mazdas still as popular as they used to be? Now, they never were really taking the market by storm. But, guys, I'm just curious. Are Mazdas getting more popular, just the same, less popular?
I think it's pretty much the same, but certain models.
I hear less about Mazda.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
Yeah, I've seen a little decline on the amount of Mazdas that come in the shop in the last 2-3 years.
Do all Mazdas have the rotary engine?
None of them do anymore.
No? It was a failed experiment.
It came and went, yeah.
And you want to know something? You want to know the truth? Better engine.
A very good engine.
In fact, you see, the internal combustion engine has never changed. I mean, the outside has changed. You have different accessories. You have different diagnostics. You have electronics. You have solid state this, solid state that. But when it comes to the heads and the block, they have not changed in 100 years.
Well, Kevin, I was just thinking, what was the last year for the rotary engine in the Mazda? Do you remember? Do you know?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I think the RX-7.
What a neat engine, though. That was a neat design.
Well, if you look at it, technically, it's superior. There are no pistons and no... I mean, the way it works is ingenious.
Unlimited RPMs.
Yeah, the combustion chamber is just a round arc. There's no limitation to movement. Larry, and we'll talk about that in a second. Larry, what are you calling about, sir?
Well, thank you for taking my call, Tom. I bought a brand new Mazda CX-5 2018 from McDonald Mazda over there off of Broadway.
I understand they're a good outfit.
I hope so. I mean,
no, we get good feedback about McDonald's and the people behind the. I hear they're really good people. And you know, it's good to say that they're not on the referral list, but I hear good things about them. So what's going on? Is it a dealership problem or a product problem?
I actually say both. We've had to actually reach out to the Mazda corporate side because of the issues.
What is the
issues that we've been having? Well, it's a brand new car. We only have around 8,000 miles on it, a little over 8,000 miles. We bought it brand new last year in March, and we've had issues with oil leaks and also oil pressure problems.
Wow.
What kind of oil pressure problems?
Yeah, on a new car, all you get would be a light.
Yeah, we got a light, and we've had it come on we've had the engine light come on quite a few times, and we brought it in, and the last time they read the code on it over there at McDonald's.
Are you leaking where you can see it leaking?
Oh yeah, it was
on your garage floor.
On our driveway. Yeah.
Now, and the pressure. Again, that's a good question. How do you know pressure? I mean, you know a light's coming on, but how do you know you have a pressure problem?
Well, that's what the technician told us.
Gotcha. Yeah. So a leak and pressure, those two things, and you've been dealing with this for how long?
Well, I mean, off and on for a few months.
Okay. Did they make 3 attempts to fix it?
Oh, we've had it in the shop here and also in Fort Collins.
How many?
We probably had it 5 to 6 times.
Okay. If they have to do it in 3 times, and the 4th one must work, so it's technically 4 times. So after 3 times, if the 4th time does not work, then it's defined legally as a lemon, as long as the problem affects the service and marketability of the car. In other words, if it was like a knob on the radio or something, we're not talking about that. So I would say oil pressure is the heart of this thing, and oil leaking. So if they can't fix it, you have a legally defined lemon. Now that doesn't mean you automatically get your money back or you automatically get another car, but you certainly have a legal definition of a lemon. Also, if you lose cumulative use of the vehicle for 30 days or more. That's cumulatively, and all of this must happen within the first year or warranty period, whichever is less. I imagine you have a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty, right?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we got the standard warranty with it.
So you only have until March to file because it's the first year, and you have already a legally defined lemon. Did you have the loss of your car for 30 days or more?
No, not all at one time. But
it doesn't matter. It's cumulative. 10 days here, 5 days here. But you don't have to have both. You either have to have a problem that's not fixed the 4th time, or a cumulative total of 30 days or more of loss of use. So you already defined it as a lemon. Now what you can do, unfortunately, manufacturers have designated the Better Business Bureau to handle lemon problems. They do their AutoCap program, their arbitration program, and I say unfortunately because the Better Business Bureau is nothing more than a private business for profit, and they usually side for businesses. So here's the deal, and I say unfortunate for consumers. So here's the deal. You have to file for arbitration right now for lemon law. No matter what we do, McDonald is not doing this on purpose, okay? It's not their problem. If it's a leak that they can't find or they try, have you done the obvious? Have you taken it to another Mazda dealer?
No, we haven't.
That is the first thing you do. Larry, we have had situations where a problem is not fixed after 7 tries, and you go to another dealer and it's fixed.
Well, we took it to a dealer in Fort Collins because it's my daughter's.
Did you take it to a dealer in Fort Collins about this specific issue?
About the oil leak issue, yes.
Okay, well, did they try to fix it?
They attempted, and they said that it's something that was just that all vehicles leak oil. They kind of
Larry,
they blew it off.
Larry, not all vehicles leak oil. Okay.
Oh, I don't believe that. No, I mean I have a Toyota Camry that I haven't had any issues with.
Yeah, listen, just very quick answers. Why did you take it to that dealer? Was it after this other dealer failed?
Well, my daughter had the vehicle in her possession over there in Fort Collins.
Okay, got it. That's enough.
Yep.
That's an answer. Now, the other thing is, the oil leak. How do you know you have a leak? Like, if it's so little that he says, well, all vehicles have a leak, does your daughter right now today see a leak?
No, the vehicle is at McDonald Mazda still getting worked on.
The leak has never been fixed.
No, the leak is stopped, but then...
Okay, well, okay, hold on. Then everything I told you is done, because if they fixed it and you never filed for a lemon, it's done. So, Larry, what I don't understand is why you're calling, because they fixed the leak. You need to tell me exactly what you want, because I didn't hear it. And maybe I'm not asking the right questions. So when I come back, the question will be, you have a 2018 Mazda CX-5 that had an oil leak problem. They eventually fixed it. Yes, you had pain and heartache, but it's fixed. Now what do you want? 303-713-TALK is our number, 713-8255.
This report is sponsored by...
Yeah. They're going to bring it back in the electric car.
Oh, okay. And so I don't do this all the time. You can talk over this.
Were they bringing back an electric car?
I mean, if I have them on, that's fine. But if you see me talking, you don't have to
extender
do this.
in their electric car.
You won't interrupt anything.
So it'll be a hybrid with a rotary engine.
With the rotary engine.
In fact,
so just be running
your primary when you're talking. I wouldn't hear you.
Well, they call those extender motors because they extend the range for the electric.
Right, but don't they run on electric and this just charges the battery?
Okay, guys, in 20 seconds I'll be doing a live spot. That means shut your gap in 20 seconds. When you hear this go off,
living room to a dump. We've covered it. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. We are farmers.
Do you want straight, beautiful teeth? And do you want them quickly? And do you want them for a fraction of the cost of orthodontics that take 5, 6, 7 years? Do you want them for a fraction of the cost of veneers and cosmetic dentistry? Veneers can cost $50,000 or $60,000 for a mouth. For the front grill, just $15 and $20 grand. But if you have the new orthodontics, you're talking about a couple $1,000s, maybe $3,000 at the outside, and you're talking about 2 years, the entire process of mouthpieces that you wear that gently widen your palate, no extractions, no surgeries, so it cures sleep apnea, and it also cures TMJ. And then at the end they use Invisalign braces. It's wonderful, it's quick, it's cheap compared to the other solutions, and it's more natural. 303-690-0100, the new orthodontics. And ask about kids. They have it for kids too, which is even better. 303-690-0100. I got to get him a website. His website sucks. You want to know what his website is? AOTMJ.com. See, people are hell-bent thinking their business name has to be in the name, and it doesn't. You don't have to have your business name anywhere near you. It doesn't matter.
Any ideas for ours?
Yeah, I'm going to be thinking.
Nice.
Totally.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to be thinking.
Work your magic.
I really
awesome.
And then we'll get a URL, and then we'll transfer it to you, and you'll own it. But we need something for you. And
the average profit from fixing and flipping a house is currently $58,000.
I like words. I like words that don't have. I like words that have several meanings. I don't like words that have several spellings because I want to use tranny. But is it TRANNY, TRANNIE? What would you say it is?
Also the connotations.
Yeah.
Well,
like
Yeah.
that's
No,
a
I
good
want
idea.
that. You want that because people remember. You want that.
Oh. We do both
Even
trainings.
if it's funny,
We have a training.
if
we'll
it's
do it.
fun, if it's funny,
Training
truly.
stuff that goes always.
If I had a bait shop and I could get master baiter, I would. I would.
Introductory class where you'll be provided a smartwatch.
We go both ways.
I thought of one for you, but I think it has to be taken. I'm going to go on and see. Huh, this is not taken, I don't think. Let me see. I'm going to go to my sign-in with, and I'll find some stuff for you while we're screwing around here. Go to
Control from the palm of your hand or the sound of your voice. Smart security, designed and installed just for you with ADT. Visit ADT.com/smart to learn more. License available at ADT.com.
You asked me, Tom, just a moment ago, if you can multitask.
We are talking about our world today. Oh, and someone's on the line.
Training is just a slang word. I don't like that.
Welcome, Jacqueline. How old are you? You sound so young.
I'm 8.
Oh, wow. I assume you're a student, right?
Yes, from Jefferson Elementary. And I have a question.
Also,
Sure.
people don't
And what's your
spell.
question?
Nope.
Right.
We all know the Earth has 7 continents that currently
But
carry
there's also, everybody looks up stuff so different, it's amazing.
Because it's available, trannysource.com. But the tranny source, baby, that's one of them that would be great. You don't have to have just one tranny source,
automatically adapts to environmental conditions.
Trans source.
Why is it that I need to take swimming lessons?
Don't you think people have...
How about transmodal?
Ready young kids who eat healthy,
How does that sound? No?
good nutrition.
No.
Don't you think tranny source would be
To
a
find
source
out how a
of
healthy lifestyle can help
right?
your
C-O-R-S-E,
Go to mypyramid.com.
I don't know, or is that, am I overthinking this, making people just...
I don't think you are. I mean, of course, I know how to spell source, but other people...
Well,
How about transfixit.com?
Transfix it?
It's available.
Man, that's wonderful. That's a good one, man.
It's available.
Are you sure of that?
Yeah, just go to the domain names and it's available.
Wow.
Transfixit.com.
God, that's good. God. Oh, no, it's available for... No, it's a premium, 2,000.
Ah, great. That's why it's such a good name, huh?
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com is my guy, and he should be your guy if you're buying or selling real estate. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. I emailed him and said, Frank, I need to find something, a piece of real estate. And he says, I'm on it. Already I had like 6 things he sent me. Already, you know, I called him 10 minutes ago. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. And he's good for selling, too, of course. Okay, so I got my experts. We're talking cars. Now, Larry, obviously we want to help you. Okay, so Larry, you shouldn't be having these issues with a new car, but you did. And they fixed it, thank goodness. So do you have any current trouble they did not fix?
Well, no, it's currently in the shop now.
For what?
For the oil pressure issue.
Okay, now, they fixed the leak, but you had a pressure problem. Again, you know you have a pressure problem because the tech told you, but you brought it in because of an engine light?
Yeah, the engine light has come on.
When it comes on, does it stay on? Does it flicker? Or does it come on and go off?
Oh, no,
what does it do?
It stays on. It stays on.
Okay, well, you're wise. You have to bring it in. The guy says, I'm sorry, you got a pressure problem. It sounds to me like a sensor, but I could be an idiot. I mean, you're not having drivability problems. You don't hear the engine chugging, lugging, or straining or anything, right? You just get a light.
Yeah, I get a light.
Good. Good that
but
you follow it up. Good.
Larry, what was the problem with the leak, even though it's fixed?
I think it might have been a gasket issue.
Yeah. So anyway, with that, I don't want to talk about something that's fixed now. I want to talk about this pressure. How many attempts did they make on the pressure?
This is the second go in for the oil pressure.
You really shouldn't be having these issues. The computer would tell them immediately what's wrong. I don't understand why this is happening. What do you want, Larry? What do you want?
It almost seems like they're kind of guessing at it.
Are you? Let me just get right to it. What do you want? Are you thinking, hey man, I bought a new car. I want another one. Is that because that's how I think?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad.
I'm not comfortable with my daughter using the vehicle.
I got it. I don't think you're going to get a new car on any planet. Now, that doesn't mean I wouldn't think the same thing. I would think exactly the same thing. Everyone would. Hey, I just bought a new car. It's got under 10,000 miles on it. It's been in the shop for this leak. See, I would pile it up. Even though the leak's fixed now, I'd say, it's been in for a leak, and now it's in for pressure. I would say exactly the same thing. Now, maybe they will trade you out of it. I don't know, but they're not obligated to give you a new car. Mazda's not obligated. The dealer's not obligated. And in reality, it's going to turn out to be something simple. Now, if it's major, you know, that's something to talk about after that. But guys, what do you think? Just first shot, and we've taken up a lot of Larry's time. What do you think? What do you think?
Well, they need to verify the oil pressure. If it's low, then it's an engine. If it's not, it's a sensor. It's pretty straightforward.
Absolutely. Yeah. They need to put a mechanical gauge on it and see what the exact pressure is.
So, Larry, did they do that?
That I don't know.
Okay, here's what you ask them. Seriously, you want to go at them as an informed consumer. Here's what you say, and I would say this exactly in this way. Listen, I understand everything has problems now and then. This has less than 10,000 miles. I am very unhappy, so here's what I want you to do. Is it a pressure problem or not? It's very easy. Did you put a mechanical gauge on it? Also, did the computer record any incidents? And what is it pointing to? Those two questions. That's it. And call us back with the answer. And then we will get more aggressive. But I think you call them first. 303-713-TALK. Did they put a mechanical gauge on it to verify their readings? If you had incidents of low pressure, the computer will show it. And it'll also show different reasons. They give you categories to look at. John, you have a 2013 Santa Fe engine. And by the way, our guest from the Springs Hail One Solutions, you're in the car biz in general. If you want to chime in on anything, just feel free like these guys. I mean, are you a gearhead at all, or just mainly the body part of it?
I'm sorry,
mainly the body parts.
Yeah. Okay, John, I'm talking to you now. Yeah, for the 2013 Santa Fe.
Yeah.
What's happening with it?
All right, yes, sir. I bought this vehicle July 17th with 80,000 miles.
Okay, now, you bought it July 17th and 80,000 miles. First question, you know what I'm going to ask. Did you have it checked out?
The vehicle was not checked out.
Okay, and do you have a warranty?
Yeah, have a warranty.
What kind of warranty?
It's an aftermarket warranty, Fidelity, based out of
yeah, we know it.
Beach.
Okay? Yeah, it's not great, but
yep.
And don't ever depend on an aftermarket warranty on a used car. If you read it closely, you would have known. Did you pay for this warranty?
Yeah.
Okay, those warranties do not cover previous wear and tear. They do not cover owner abuse, and they do not cover any pre-existing condition. So the only thing they cover are manufacturer's defects. So logic will tell you, John, in 80,000 miles, you're going to probably, on a 2013, you're going to work out most of the manufacturer's defects. So that's the one problem. You probably don't have coverage, but sometimes dealers will, they'll extend a little courtesy if they want to keep you happy.
Sure.
What's the problem? Let's get right to the problem.
I just wanted to start out with, the history of the vehicle.
Okay.
So back in July 17, purchased it at 80,000.
Gotcha.
84,000 miles in November 17th. The engine blew up.
Oh, man.
The engine blew up due to a failed rocker, and there had been.
Guess what? They probably covered that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Good.
They then fixed that. Took 6 weeks.
What did they do to fix it?
Well, they wouldn't do the Fidelity warranty. Would not do a tear down. They would not rip the vehicle down to ascertain what the point of failure was. So they just instructed my guys, my mechanics of 25 years, what to do.
What did they do? I mean, did you say it was a rocker?
Rocker arm.
Yeah, so you got to tear it down to do the rocker. The rocker's in the head. They took apart the head, right?
They made the assertion that was what the issue was, and the policy of the warranty company was to not pay for build.
John, let me ask this.
Did they just replace the motor?
Here's what I need to do. Okay, that's what I need. So they replaced the engine with a reman or with what? A used? What did they replace it with?
With a used engine out of a junkyard.
Okay, and the used engine had how many miles?
30,000 miles.
Okay, so theoretically it should have been better. Now, what is the problem? And by the way, there's nothing wrong with what they did, you know. But okay. I can't understand they have a warranty, but won't authorize teardown.
So yeah, exactly. So now here's the next deal. December 23rd, I'm on my way up to the mountains to go skiing.
Yeah.
I get to 6th Avenue, the engine blows up again.
Oh, my God. Let me explain something. We got some lines open, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. John, rather than go through each incident, I want you to do a favor for me. The 23rd engine blew again, and what was the solution? What did they do for you? Without a story. What did they replace the engine, repair the engine? What did they do?
Right. It was towed back to.
Did they replace it, or did they replace it, or did they repair it?
They initially told me that they were going.
Did they replace it, or did they repair it? What?
Yeah,
I know there was a journey involved, but did they replace it, or did they repair it?
They replaced it.
Again, what did they put in this time?
A brand new engine from Korea.
Did they really put in a new Korean engine?
That's what they say.
All right, hold on. We'll get to it. Now, John, I want you to understand something. I know that you want to fill in the details, and I will get them if we need them. But for now, we want the layout. Then we go back and fill in the details if we need them. I'm Tom Martino. That truly, we're not trying to be rude. That what we do the incident, then go back, just so he knows. Okay.
I had an issue with the transmission in my 05 Ford.
Transfix it would be great. It's $2,195. I don't think it's worth it. I mean, it's a great website. Now, it's not per year, I don't think. It's $17 to renew it. So that's actually a really good investment if you wanted it. But
because you can always resell it.
No, I want you to know that it's pretty good. But let's look. Let's keep looking.
We got changing traction rods that remain in place along I-70 up around Vail Pass. Also,
so what was the deal with your 2005?
My 05 Ford, the tranny went on it last year, and I had peace of mind that Mike Ditka policy. When we went back and forth for like 3 months, they didn't want to pay for it. They didn't want to put a breakdown. What do you call it? The
teardown? From a car landing on a roof to a car landing.
Now that stupid little. Free second opinions from an honest company with great value, Plumb Line Services. Free second opinions. That's so important. You may think, oh, Tom, they just want to get in and get a shot at the business. Of course they do. So you'll likely get it cheaper, or you'll get affirmation that it's a great deal. How do you lose on a free second opinion for a furnace, for a water heater, for a panel changeout, plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains? They almost always beat drain deals. Why? Because they have a drain division, their own people, their own land people that dig it up and put it back in. They have great services, honesty, integrity, longevity, everything we look for at referralist.com. So check them out, free second opinions, plumblineservices.com, 303-586-1086, 303-586-1086. If there's nothing wrong now, put it down for later, plumblineservices.com, 303-586-1086.
It's $1,000.
It's going to take a little getting used to in the middle of the break.
I know. But you know what? My show flows better now.
No, it's cool. I'm not complaining.
I mean is that, you remember how I was putting them in everywhere? We had so many. Yeah. Now we evened them out throughout the whole show, and it really works.
And I mean a deal. You're going to find an Art Granite direct stone importer. You're also going to find a
torque converter.
Torque converter caused the transmission to drop, and I'm in the middle of nowhere coming back from
if you're doing
that town I was in was over in outside of Wichita Falls, and in the middle of the night Of course, I had to get it towed, and we fighting, and they denied the claim because they didn't want to pay for the tear down of the transmission. We ended up going back and forth, so I ended up having to pay out of pocket to be done with, but they denied the claim because they didn't want to pay for the tear down. And it was a $4,800 bill I ended up paying.
None of them pay for tear down.
Yeah, the customer.
The customer's responsible for the tear down. Because for this guy to complain, on his Santa Fe that they didn't authorize tear down, they just sent a motor.
Right.
I would much rather they do that.
Yeah.
Like if you're looking at one that the transmission's an issue, they said, nah, don't bother tearing it down, Mark. We're just going to send you a tranny. Score.
What they should have done is just simply transmission. I ended up having to buy one myself.
Well, they want you to prove the failure.
Yeah.
That's how they all get around it. And if you can't find a failed part, not a worn out part, they won't pay it. So you got to have a broken sprag or, something.
They had told me that the oil pump had seized too, and it overheated, and that's what caused the torque converter to give out. So we proved that, and so they paid a portion of that original claim, but I get 300 miles down the road, and it blows out again from the dealership I just picked it up from. So the second claim,
what did the dealership do? Did he just replace it?
They just replaced it, $4,800. Put me a used tranny in, or something. Yeah, so they did. Fix the parts that were broken. The warranty to the first time.
Whoever put the transmission in, you paid $40.
They gave this guy such a mouth. I'm sorry. They gave this guy such a giant mouthpiece by arresting him the way they did.
Yeah.
He's just hot news now. They'll listen to everything he has to say. The media. They should.
But how did CNN show up with the FBI?
Well, really? They did?
Yeah, CNN filmed the arrest.
Oh, wow.
So this top secret
FBI's a joke.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say to the FBI's.
Oh, I didn't say they're not. I say a president in a foreign land doesn't side with the goddamn against his own FBI. You have an internal rift and say, guys, I don't think the guy's guilty. You don't say, well, regardless of their intelligence report, I think, well, he said he didn't do it. I mean, it just looks like a moron.
I agree. Yeah, CNN, they just
Look
love
at half of Trump's problem isn't what he actually does, it's what he says.
How he says it.
Take the tweet away. But but Mueller was hired to find the collusion, which he has not been able to do. All he has found is he's arrested people trying to find something that's not there.
Well, just like how they found Clinton.
I am your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, and I'm so happy to serve you. Just call us. Now listen. We got a Santa Fe that had 2 engines. I mean, I can't believe this. Well, the warranty company's coming through. Now, a new Korean engine. Have you guys heard of these new Korean engines? Apparently, that says to me low price, right? New Korean engine?
I don't know what he means by new Korean, if it came from Hyundai.
Well,
Hyundai's Korean.
Whatever. I think he means aftermarket and not OEM. I think. Let's ask him. John, was it an OEM? Of who? Just of an engine? Just it was like a generic engine, right? So then, when I said it's OEM, I guess what I meant was it was a brand new, original equipment manufacturer. Good, John. Don't you think that's pretty cool that you got a brand new engine? Did you have to pay anything? Did they make you pay any betterment or anything? Good.
Got a cup of coffee.
Well, it's your transmission then. It can't be your engine. It's a brand new engine. Okay, what was the original problem that is still there? What is it? What noise is it?
I believe the second engine blew for the same reason.
What's the reason?
First, the rocker arm.
Okay, now you're saying the spanking brand new engine out of Korea has the same exact noise.
Yes.
And you think has the same exact problem. Can you guys Google the rocker arm crap with this car? I mean, I don't see any.
I don't see anything consistent in that.
Okay, so What do you think? I mean, they've gone so far as to give you a brand new factory engine. What do you want? Do you want them to?
Wouldn't it be nice to get over to the car, get the car, and drive away?
Yeah.
It's still there.
John, you're right. You're right. I mean, you're right. What can I say? But I don't
know. What else? It just doesn't.
But here's what I want to know.
No sense.
The battery part I don't care about. I really don't. But
right, the battery part's.
Yeah.
You know, it's
hey,
part of it.
Hey, John, what do they say they're going to do now that they put a brand new engine in it? I would not let them do anything else. I think getting that new engine, you're miles ahead. I would have someone independent check it out, not to fix it, but to check it out, to try to diagnose it. They might be overlooking something, and I'm not convinced it's coming from the engine.
Yeah, I don't know. They just said that they had it, was monitoring it by the technician.
Well, is it running? Did you not pick it up because it's not running, or did you not pick it up because you're afraid because of that noise?
Both. Yeah, both of those things. I got over there.
Would they give you a refund? They put so much money into this car. I think they could resell it for more money, possibly. What did you pay for it?
16.
What year?
Something.
What year?
The 2013 Santa Fe.
You know,
all-wheel drive.
80,000 miles. You paid right around what people are paying for them. But okay.
Well, what does the installer say? I mean, when they install the engine, it's making noise. Who installed it?
The guys at the Arapahoe Hyundai Service Center, which is right there, you know, part of the sales.
Arapahoe Hyundai did it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's where you bought it, Arapahoe Hyundai?
And that's where I bought it. Mm-hmm.
They're good people.
Yeah.
They're good people. You know what? I don't know. I think, okay, here's what we'll do. Deputy Dan, let's call over and see the status. Look, that's all. John, I think they're treating you well. I think that it's just a little screw-up. Really, honest to goodness. I know you're frustrated. See, that adds to it. But they did a good job for you. They did, John. John, would you admit that if this car runs now, if they get it running, wouldn't you admit you made out like a bandit on this warranty?
I'm not sure yet.
I mean, if they get it running, you have a brand new engine in a 2013 Hyundai that you bought for 16 grand. Don't you think you're going to come out ahead?
I'm hoping that that's the direction.
Let's help you. Let's help you get there. James, you have a comment on the cars. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. Tom, I'm agreeing with Mark about people not getting their cars checked out.
And Mark's under the weather today, and you're right. He said, Tom, it boils down to people buying used cars, not getting them checked out. Go ahead.
I have a 2002 Honda Accord with a blown motor. I'm selling it for $15,999.
Now, did you just buy this, James?
No. I've had it for 6 years, and I'm selling it today. It doesn't have a motor. I'm selling it for $15,000. I know people don't get their cars checked out, so I still get away with this one.
Oh, my goodness.
Anybody.
Well, hold on, though. James is being honest. He's saying, look, I'm going to sell this car, but if it doesn't have does the engine run?
Oh, yeah, it runs, but I know the heads are blown.
Okay, so you're going to sell it hoping someone does not check it out.
Oh, yeah. I know somebody's not going to check it out. I know. I hear it every day.
So that gives you encouragement. Oh, my. And you're going to sell it clearly as is.
That's rock and roll.
Now, remember, James, technically, if they ask you a question like, is this in good running order, you really can't say yes.
Oh, well, I'm going to do what every carsman out here does. I'm just going to swindle by. I'm going to con my way through. I'm going to ease my way through the paperwork. I'm going to jive them around, Tom.
What kind is it?
Tom, I'm being sarcastic. I'm not going to.
I know that, James. James, I know that. What kind? What are you going to do with the vehicle? What are you going to do with it?
I'm giving it away. I'm trying to give it away, honestly, to somebody in need.
James, maybe we can get this fixed. I mean, both heads are bad. You know that. I mean.
Yeah.
Or one head? What is it? What is a 4-cylinder?
I'm not for sure, but I know the head gaskets are blown. I'm just not.
He keeps using plural, but it's a 2002 Honda
Accord.
Okay, that's a 4-cylinder, a 4-banger.
It could have a V6 in it.
No, a V6.
It's a V6.
Really? In that little? Okay. Hold on. Do they make? There are a lot of 4-cylinder still out there. No? Yes.
There's still 4-cylinder. It could go either way.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, here's the deal, James. That would cost how much to fix, you guys? What do you think, James? Have you had it?
I checked the motor from LKQ. I think their name is, and LQK or whatever the company is, for $500, and then another $500 should allow it to be installed.
Wait a minute. $500 for heads?
No, for a new used motor.
Oh no, you won't get anything for $500.
Oh yeah, I just already. I don't know.
Will he find a used engine? Well, okay, no, okay, James. If you went shopping, 303-713-TALK 713-8255.
Shopping. That Santa Fe with the engine, the ticking noise, I'm thinking it's a cracked flex plate.
Yeah, but it's not the Hyundai dealer. Their heavy line guys see that a million times. But he said they got codes they've never seen before.
Right.
Like, come on.
On I-25 from Alameda traveling up to Colfax.
I just don't see how a brand new engine's going to have the same ticking.
Crash off highway, roller MLK and York. Watch out for parties trapped. Police are on the scene. If you can't avoid the area, jump another crash off.
30 seconds. Icon 30.
You have the information on the Russian pawn shop.
Mostly sunny today with a high of
What information you
like? The name of the shop and all of that? Good.
Golden Pond.
I mean, did you handle this problem? Is yours?
Yeah, well,
okay,
I mean, I haven't called them.
No, but you handled the problem.
Yeah.
Who called them?
Nobody's called them.
Okay, good.
No,
I got you, bro. I got you.
I bought it for $4 1/4 for the record.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with 120.
Do you want the sheet that?
So, those comments get me every time. Anyway, my honey Stephanie is going to get the clear lens exchange. I talked her into it. No, I didn't even have to. All I have to do is show her how wonderfully I see. So we went for our evaluation. We'll keep you informed. Now, here's the deal. Oh, no, we're real customers, too. We don't get this free. If you want a clear lens exchange, you'll never need glasses. Perfect vision. You got to call them 866-GOT-ICON. Perfect vision, and you'll never get cataracts. ICON. That's I-C-O-N. ICON. EyeCare.com.
Do you ever wonder how we're seeing millions of movies on demand? How are we watching a live movie?
Man, I'd like to do that clear lens, please. I would.
Why don't you do it?
You don't have money.
Come on, invest in yourself, man. Do it.
I'd love to.
Don't be a cheap ass.
Mine's not cheap. I'm like Mark. He won't admit it. He's scared to death to get it done.
Learn more at AWS is how.
Are you afraid?
Have you ever wanted to refinance your mortgage but didn't want to
it
start
would be a little.
30-year
It's a little intimidating.
Yeah,
it is.
For my friends at American Financing, let me tell you, they can help. When refinancing to a
I was going to say something. Remember Renee with the military incentive check? That he called a few days ago because he didn't get the incentive check for his fine. Okay, I got him solved, so I want to do that update. Okay, he's on there.
What happened? What did you do?
I reached out to Kia Motor Corp and said, you know, he didn't get his money. I have no idea. I mean, maybe Renee can enlighten me, but they're handling it for him.
They'll guide you through options and will customize the right program to achieve your financial goals. They may even be able to get you close in as fast as 10 days. So get started now. 303-695-7000. 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
Attention men, especially of Northern Colorado. You've heard the ads, you've heard the testimonies of real patients, and you know that Rocky Mountain Men Clinic is the proven local leader for men's sexual
Chusky's sweet tooth is acting up. He's on the prowl out there.
For a common problem.
I pig out. Wow. You know, it's funny, when I say pig out, it's nothing like the old days. I was so good. But I had 6 cookies. I had a couple bites of my kids' mac and cheese. I couldn't stop. And then he bought donut holes. I ate about 4 of those. And what I do is I spread it out so I pretend I'm not cheating. But yesterday I overloaded, I think, compared to what I normally have in my body. I felt like shit. That's the problem. When you eat so well.
But isn't that the worst thing for you? I mean, in your brain, you're like, you know you're going to feel like crap, but you still just, yeah, that's brutal.
I know. Yeah. And you know, it takes very little bad eating for me to feel that way because I'm so pure. Like, I have such little shit that when I do have crap,
by a real doctor, you're not going to see
it's bad. So just those few donut holes in the cookies, I just start the next morning. I just feel like
for what that procedure entails.
And we're lucky because Centeno Schultz is located right here in Colorado. They have one clinic in Broomfield and one clinic in Lone Tree. And
so
they
go,
have
Daddy.
the goal of saving money.
Let's find another one.
If stem cell therapy is
I thought that was Steve Attenborough when I looked in there. It wasn't him.
Like
PRP, my card for Andy.
Before you consider surgery, or before you go to those other fake stem cell clinics, go to Centeno Schultz. Online at avoidsurgerytoday.com.
Oh my God.
Surgery today.
If you think it's good, I would get it. I don't want to say it on broadcast.
Listen to what Chris said about it.
Now, we don't have to. We're going to search for more. But what I mean is, what that brings out is you have all these people, and you always count on that consistency and all that. But I like that anyway. But that's one to keep in mind.
I probably lost 4 inches around my belly. I'm 57, and I'm back when I was in my 30s.
Here's what Dwayne said about it.
And some others.
This product really works.
That's also pretty cool.
I've tried all kinds of stuff.
It says everything. Oh, mine.
That's
my name.
I couldn't believe it. I have more energy. I walk 12 miles a day. I feel great. It changed my life. It really has. It's really incredible.
Guys, if you'd like to lose belly fat, gain energy, and feel great, try Andro.
On the GoDaddy, that's thetransfix.com is available for $3.
Go to Andro.
When you put a V in it, though, it's
does it? Does it?
It does. I mean, it does and it doesn't. If you can get both, it doesn't. See this one? I knew that.
Andro400.com.
God.
My hat.
Oh, okay. What'd you come up with? My boss.
But it's definitely another thing.
Look, you liar.
John Hennedy. Today at 1 on 630 KHOW.
Back to you, Tom.
Tom Martino here. Let's get right to the phones, okay? 303-713-TALK. We have Renee. Renee wants to talk about this. And Suzanne, did you work on this? Okay, let's talk about it. Renee, you called originally. What was the problem, Suzanne? He bought a car, right? It was very easy.
Yes, he sure did.
And what was...
he was owed... He went with military incentives, Tom.
So, Renee, what military incentive were you promised?
Well, I got a military incentive on the loan itself on the day of the purchase. Then I was alerted to by them another military incentive, a separate one, that was not part of the deal that I had applied for after the purchase.
But it was a real incentive, and so...
Yes, it was a real incentive, and actually your troubleshooter on my first call 2 days ago checked it, and Kia does offer 2 separate incentives.
Okay, and that incentive you were looking for after the purchase was what?
$400.
And you just didn't get it?
Well, yeah, I was. Everybody acknowledged it, but I just didn't get it. Nearly 3 months.
Yeah. Now, come on. 3 months later. Why? Because you didn't get it. Suzanne, what happened?
So I reached out to the Kia Motor Corp, and they, I think, are able to handle him, Tom.
Did he get it?
He doesn't have the check yet, but it sounds like it's now being processed like it should be.
Now, you're going to keep in touch with us, Renee, and you're going to get that check. We're gonna do that. Now, you have to tell us, though, for sure, okay?
No, for sure. I'll give you another call, Tom. I just want to call and say thank you, although I don't have the check. You guys, I mean, I didn't realize it was going to happen this quick. But whatever Suzanne did, obviously got the ball rolling, and they did contact me after that.
We thank you. Oh, they did contact. Renee, thanks for the follow-up. And here's the deal. We really help. That's it. The only charge is a chocolate chip cookie. No one ever pays it, but it's okay. We don't really care. It's a joke. But yesterday we got a chocolate chip cookie from our common woman. She did a great job.
Cookies.
Cookies and what else? The Jewish...
Biscotti.
She called it Jewish biscotti. and it's really delicious. And the biscotti actually tastes better sitting out overnight because it got hard like real biscotti, right? Anyway, thank you. And by the way, she's retired, Suzanne, and I said she should come in and help us because she sounds like a loudmouth and a researcher and a no-nonsense person. Our common woman yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so she maybe might volunteer. We always look for good people. Okay, so the engine. What are we waiting for on this Santa Fe? Deputy Dan.
So I called out over there and stuff. Real nice guy.
Yeah, they got him a brand new factory engine. Arapahoe Hyundai did a great job for him on the warranty, but he says it still has a weird noise.
Right. So the reason he got a new engine was because it's part of the recall.
Oh.
That's why he got the new engine.
But that's wonderful.
Right. Oh, you bet. So then they had when he tried to drive away, the code that came up was for a NOx sensor. Not a NOx, not an NOx, a NOx sensor.
Right.
And so they wanted to make sure that there wasn't nothing wrong with the engine, so he's going back to Hyundai. So he thinks it's going to be in a couple days. Now they offered, John? They offered John a free car to drive around, and he didn't want it.
Okay.
So,
all right.
I mean, I think they're doing everything they can.
Right, but I want to say something, and it doesn't apply to him because it was a used car. But on a new car warranty, they don't have to supply a car. And if they do supply a car, they don't get around the 30-day cumulative loss of use. This is what I mean. To get a lemon, you have to have one of two conditions: a problem that's not fixed the fourth time, or a loss of use of your vehicle for a cumulative total of 30 days, and that's in the first year or warranty period, whichever's less. But if they offer you a car to use, that does not relieve them of that obligation. You still can argue you lost the use of your car. This is Ted. He has a comment. Go ahead, Ted.
Tom, I'm just can't believe this guy that called a few minutes ago.
About what?
The Accord that he has that has a blown engine that he's going to sell to somebody for 15 grand.
He said he was joking.
I didn't catch that part.
Oh, you were really pissed off, weren't you?
I was livid, and you see, that's what I think is wrong right now. I look at these dealerships, and Tom, let's be honest about this. Nobody goes into a used car dealership and says, "Give me the biggest piece of garbage that you have." Nobody does that.
Right.
So, yeah, now I understand where you and Mark are coming from, saying people should get them checked out. But honestly, when people go in there, these dealerships have they're trained at emotionally aligning with people, getting them to want this thing right now, regardless of how bad a shape it might actually be in. I think there ought to be legislation that says,
well,
look.
Hang on, Ted. I mean, should there be legislation? We get enough of these problems. Now, Chris got arrested for picking up his mail. Yeah, we're going to fill in the details coming up. He got arrested, true story, for picking up his mail. Find out why.
The average smoker tries to quit up to 30.
Really? Picking up his mail?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think he was like, he put his mailbox somewhere else or something. I remember one like this anyway. He's put his mailbox like on the other side of the road or something. It could be a different one.
No.
I had run-ins with rural mail, but I never got arrested.
I bet she wasn't arrested.
Well, no, they were complaining that my mailbox was an inch too tall.
Tall?
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Well, it's a dirt road. Every time they grade it, it either goes up or goes down.
That's a good point.
Which is going to go up. The road's
so
going to go up.
So they stopped delivering the mail.
You know what you should have done?
Because it was an inch too high.
Oh, wow. That's really
crazy. You should have put a bunch of dirt around it.
No, they wanted, what this carrier wanted was a community mailbox section.
Oh, my God.
I have to stop at each one.
You know what? There's intelligent people out there like me looking at these. I thought I had it.
I got to put a lot more thought in. That's a good idea on those websites. But no, and then she complained, so we got that settled.
Right.
And then the lettering. It wasn't 4-inch lettering, it was 3.5-inch lettering on my post.
For the address, you mean?
You know what I would do on something like that? Every time I get a wrong mail, I'd go to the manager and said,
I went and talked to the postmasters in Morse.
You mean the numbers, not the lettering, the numbers?
The numbers on my
on the post for
the I'm sorry.
Okay.
The numerical part of the
got
address
it, right.
was not 4-inch letters, it was 3.5.
What did they say when you went and talked to them?
Nothing I can do. It's a contract carrier. So I had to keep going down and picking up my mail because she just kept not wanting to deliver it.
So Mark has that thing. If the package is too big, they won't deliver it. You know, and stuff because she's.
Which I appreciate that though too. I mean, you know.
You know what? I on something like that and stuff. Every time I'd get something wrong, I would say, "Hey, again, that happened."
Yeah.
You know, because
they try not to rock it. I mean, it's just, but you got to know it's your mailbox.
Daniel, what I missed? Where we leave it with John in the Hyundai? Do I let him go?
Yeah, let him go. Ask him what he wants. I don't know what he wants. They've offered him everything. They've done such a great job for him. They've offered him a rental car for free, and they didn't have
then
to.
what's he bitching? What's he calling us
Well, that's
for?
what we're trying to find out.
Oh my God!
And they got a new engine in there because it was on the engine recall, and that's why I wrap a Hyundai.
Hey, this car's running fine now?
No, they got a knock sensor in it, but they want them to make sure that they get it right because these new engines they're going to put in there. So he says they think it's going to be a couple days. Yeah.
So they still have it.
They still have it.
Okay.
I asked him what the ETA would be, and he says, well, we're hoping in a couple days.
Yeah, they'll have to pull off the intake.
Tell them go get a cup of coffee.
Do you want me to give you all a cell? Tell you that?
But they offered him, he didn't want to get it. He thought he was
yeah, and they left all that out because he's saying they, and they got codes they've never seen. It's like, oh, stop. Stop building. You know, the drone is already here.
There you go.
But you can just see
I mean,
the layering
80,000 miles on it. Now he's got a brand new
Absolutely.
But
the other is recalls.
But the other thing about it had nothing to do with the original warranty and the original motor and all that had nothing to do.
See, he left that out though. He didn't even say that was a recall model.
Exactly.
Right. He's an idiot.
But it's probably starting from here, moving forward.
He thought it was through the warranty plan.
Until Rocky's on.
Oh, that they paid for the motor. He didn't even realize it Hyundai.
Right.
Looking for ways to save with your Medicare plan?
That's half the stuff
Walgreens is a
we get.
preferred
They don't
network
tell us
pharmacy with
right
many
now.
plans
Right.
nationwide, which
Well, like
could mean
people like
lower
you guys
co-pays
want to
for
help
you.
out.
So bring
They
your
don't give you-
prescriptions to a
yeah.
Walgreens
Yeah.
pharmacy
Oh, my
today
God,
to
that
start
was really
saving.
Don't tell them they're a
Trusted
cokehead.
since 1901.
Right.
Walgreens participates as a
Really
preferred
trying to
network
help
pharmacy
these
with
people out.
United
People out
Healthcare,
there
Cigna Health Spring,
figure out,
and
oh,
Express
this
Scripts
is really
Medicare.
what
For
we
complete
we got
list of
one,
medical plans, please contact
Yeah.
1-800
Like
Medicare.
we,
TTY
here's one that
call
they said that they didn't clean up. There was a busted pipe. The HOA didn't clean up. Sewer pipe. The HOA didn't clean up and everything. And she gave the picture that was during the before they did the even clean up. And we get that all the time.
She was saying this was after.
Well, she didn't. She said, look at what's going on here. Look, they didn't take care of it.
Like me. And Mr. Trump just sounds like a plumber. Excruciating. Whereas commercial auto...
Or the fence. The fence didn't get fixed and stuff, and they gave the picture before it was fixed. It's okay.
Rocky's Autos, 63rd and Federal. Used cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans. A great selection in today's car day, so it's apropos we're talking about them. You know what I love about Rocky's? Prices are clearly marked on every single car. You also have financing available, 40 lenders to choose from. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 7, Saturdays, 9 to 6, closed Sundays. And RockiesAutos.com will give you an idea of their selection, although you really got to go because there are so many cars they get on a daily basis, deliveries. They buy all over the country for you, the best selection, and that's RockiesAutos.com. Also, they have financing available that you can see on the cars. In other words, they tell you the monthly payment on this one is this, the monthly payment on that one is that. So give them a call, 303-426-4646 with any questions, or drop by 63rd and Federal. Rockies.
To a car landing in a pool. We've covered it. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
I hate it. There's too many of these commercials. Too many of them. Well, you did these before, though. Listen, I'm talking about this. These farmers. They are running all over. They're not too many to be effective. In fact, this is a campaign.
Liberty, that one's driving me crazy.
What?
You do budget, Liberty.
Here's one that's bugging me. Free.
Oh, yeah.
Free.
That was
Do you know who it is for?
TurboTax.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then they did their job.
No, exactly.
Right.
No,
So that one is really
TurboTax.
working. That is working. Free.
Because their download's free for the...
Every time I see this commercial show, it's like, here comes your commercial. He doesn't understand why I laugh at it every time. It's a pizza commercial, and the husband and wife put their head on it.
yeah.
Like, I can see their schedule. I don't know what it is about it. Makes me tired of
I'm worried about you, Mark.
In addition, it comes with roadside assistance. 303 Pro
I do think most people's problems
You may
because they
qualify
can't
for a clinical research study for
verbally tell the
investigational
person
topical
that
lotion.
problem.
To qualify, participants must be 2 years of age or older, have eczema,
Well,
and
but
be in
part of
good
it,
general
I
health.
don't know if
Health
human
insurance is
do,
not
it's like
necessary,
there's-
and you may
it's not
receive
all
compensation
customers,
for
I
time
never
and
say all,
travel.
but
Call
there's too many
Horizons
people out
Clinical
there
Research
trying to
Center
be a
at
victim.
303-399-4067.
You know, where it's instead of just
That's
accepting
303-399-4067. Or
or
visit
this, or, you know, you guys are really trying,
www.horizonscrc.com to see if you qualify.
We had a customer that
$1,000. Now,
we
text
replaced it 6
nationwide
months ago.
coffee to
We scanned it, Scott said,
You'll get a text
the other two said, sir.
plus
Right,
iHeartRadio
history
info.
we
Standard
replaced
data
it 6 months ago. Let's just put it on one of the
Well,
why that?
coffee
I mean,
to
this way.
200, 200. This is
We
the
don't make the old
Troubleshooter.
2 cents. I finally
Now,
we don't make
Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Shooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling
Hello,
bad.
I'm Tom Martino. How are you doing? This hour brought to you by Century RV. Today is car day, so Century RV is a vehicle, right? Century RV, new and used with service in the north location, which is I-25 and the 119 turnoff to Longmont. The west location is just west of the city, north of 6th Avenue, between Kipling and Sims next to Woodley's. 303-453-1111. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere, okay? We are solving problems, answering questions, and taking complaints. Today is car day. We have our experts. I'll introduce as they speak, and we are going to the phones. We have several problems. We are working behind the scenes. And yes, I will talk about the Russian pawn shop because here's why. For days now, I've been telling you, you won't believe this Russian pawn shop story. You know, we had an inkling of it when the guy called, but then we investigated. Now, he does have some blame. However, he doesn't deserve what he got. And I think it's going to be a major lawsuit. And we're going to tell you about it right now. I have had so many emails of people saying, Tom, you're getting old. You tease something ahead, right? And then you never get to it. You forget about it. Oh, my gosh, I did. And there was almost like a mental block with this Russian pawn shop. So right now I'm going to tell you about it. But first, no, I'm just kidding. I'm going to we're going to talk about it. Okay, so this guy goes to a pawn shop. That sounds like the beginning of a joke. The guy walks in, two guys
Sounds
walk
like a
into
joke.
The guy walks into a pawn shop. He just didn't like him, okay? I don't know what the hell happened. It doesn't matter. He had a bad experience. You remember what it was, Dan?
Yeah, well, he first sold his camera.
Yeah.
Sold his camera.
Yeah.
He was happy with that, and he brought other stuff in there, and he says, no, I'm not going to take that price.
That's it.
That's it.
But he said they were rude.
Well, they came out and started banging on his car.
What?
Yeah, because he said, hey, I'm not going to sell it to you that cheap. And the guy started yelling at him, and he says, well, I'm going to leave then.
I thought he was exaggerating. I said, oh, he came out and banged on your car. Yep. Now,
so he said he's going to leave him a bad review.
My opinion is that the guy's unbalanced. Either the manager, the owner, someone there is unbalanced, and here's why. He left a bad review. What he did wrong, and there's no doubt about it, he had a bunch of his friends leave bad reviews. Okay? That's not fair. But what the pawn shop did in response is not right. Now, that pawn shop could have said, you know what? We didn't give him the price he wanted. He's disgruntled. And all of those other complaints are friends of his. Or something, right? I don't know what you guys do with negative reviews. Do you guys answer them ever? Kevin, Calkin, Sheridan Autotech. I can't even see you getting a negative review. But
no,
honestly,
we get them once in a while. Communication problems. You just try to keep it simple.
But you don't like attack the person.
Absolutely not. Just leave a phone number.
Have
say,
you
please.
ever tell the truth? Have you ever had one so unfair you just thought
Oh yeah, I sat down to answer it. It took me about 10 tries. Once you get past
because you wanted to really say,
exactly.
Watch out for this guy.
Nitwit or anything.
Right.
Sure.
Have you had negative reviews? Mark Machowski, Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair.
You know, it's been a long time. I can specifically remember one, though. It's maybe about 5 or 6 years ago. I was pulling his vehicle out of the lot, and I went to roll the window down, and the window came all the way down. So anyway, called up the customer, told him.
The track broke or something,
right.
Or the holder.
Well, he said it wasn't like that before. He wanted me to do I said, I'll tell you what.
We always said this. When you take a vehicle in for service, you own it.
I'll replace the track. Just pay me what my cost is on the track, and I won't even charge any labor. Well, he wasn't happy with that, so he gave us some bad reviews, and I did respond to that.
And you said, It happened.
Just what happened, yeah.
You know, when something happens in your possession, God, is that difficult. It is difficult. Okay, so let's ask the newest member of our referral list. Not the newest member. I mean, I'm talking about here in the room. And he has Hail One Solutions in Colorado Springs, does paintless dent repair, and he has a body shop. What's the name of your body shop, by the way? Now, make sure you turn that on before you talk, because you're not used to it, so I'm telling you, and then pull it close. What's the name of your body shop?
It's Hail One Dent Services, LLC.
Okay, so Hail One Solutions would get them there, that they search it?
Yeah, we take them in.
But you do paintless.
We do paintless dent repair, and we do full body work.
If they need it.
If they need it, yes.
Okay. Now, do you do regular body work? Like if someone's in an accident, or is it mainly for just dents and things? And
we could do full
quarter
plans,
panels,
auto panels, everything.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, we can.
So, let's talk about negative reviews. If you get any, do you respond?
Yes, we do. We try to respond as quickly as possible.
Do you have nasty ones ever?
We've had a few. You know,
yeah,
I haven't had
does.
one in a while.
Yeah.
We do have a 5-star rating right now, and
Good.
No negative reviews right now.
Good.
We try to. The way we look at it, the customer's always right.
Well, you like to believe that,
We'd like to believe that, right? But you do get them customers that they just want everything, and no matter what you do, you can't satisfy.
No, I understand that, and that is absolutely true. But here's another thing. The customer is always right. Let me give you a little bend on that. The customer's perception is always right. So, and that's true. No matter what, their perception is always right. Now, you may not agree with it, but if they perceived it, it's real. That's it. Now, let's talk about this pawn shop I didn't finish. See, I almost tricked you. I almost tricked you. So what the guy did is he answered the review by saying this, and I'll use this name. You know, Ed Filarkey is a child molester.
Registered sex.
No, that's right. Registered. He didn't just say. He said a registered sex offender, and gave his phone number and address out. Now,
his birth date,
and that he robs pawn shops.
Right.
Now, this is a serious thing. Being in radio, I know what you can and cannot do. Opinion is protected, but I can't say, "Oh, you're a felon," and then say to the court, if he sues me, that was just an opinion. No, no, no. If you give a factual statement, you have to have the facts to back them up. And if it's false, you're responsible, even if you relied on something. Now, if you rely on a reliable source like county records or court records, you have less liability, but you're not free from liability. Now, if you know something is false, that's called malicious intent. And that really gets you in trouble. So these guys said he is a registered sex offender, and that is a defined thing. And he's not. So therefore, these guys are exposed. I can't, that's a bad thing to say when I'm talking about registered sex offenders, but these guys are truly exposed, and he can own them. I mean, this is bad. And as a private citizen, he doesn't have to prove just actual damages. He can show emotional trauma and all that. Oh, it's terrible. Can you believe that this Russian pawn shop writes a review saying that the guy is a registered sex offender and then gives out his actual address and phone number? This is wrong. Now, the customer, maybe he was a jerk, but this is not warranted. I want to know what would you do if this happened to you? Think about this now. Your address and your name and your phone number is out there, and they refuse to take it down. Now, you say, well, there's laws against that. No, no, there are common laws against it. It's slander, it's libel, it's all kinds of stuff. And what excuse could they possibly give? They're not relying on any public records. So what's the name of this place? This is a dangerous place.
Golden Pawn.
Golden Pawn where?
Evergreen.
In Evergreen. Now, Golden Pawn, I know Dan hesitated because we were going to go confront him, and we still can. I mean, but Golden Pawn in Evergreen is to be feared. They are unbalanced. Unbalanced. And if they ever did anything like that, I swear to God, I mean, you can sue them, and I think you can probably, I rarely say this, you can probably get an attorney on contingency to take it if this guy has any assets at all, because you're going to own the pawn shop. Yeah. I mean, look at the reviews this guy put up. 303-713-8255. Then I said, Chris got arrested going to the mailbox. Chris.
Yes.
Is this true?
This is true.
When were you arrested, Chris?
I was arrested actually December 3rd of 2017. I had been out at my mother and dad's mailbox. I get mail there because I was part of the flood. So
they didn't think you belonged there.
No, that had nothing to do with it. They knew I was out there because I've been getting mail because of the flood.
Now, do you live with them?
I did for a season because of that, but I'm also through what they call the ACP program in the state, and so they cannot...
What is that?
Address confidentiality program. And so the address confidentiality program cannot receive packages or business mail at my regular address that they send my mail back to. And so I have that address out there.
Why is that? Purpose. Why are you part of the ACBP?
I had a domestic violence situation with my ex.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Yeah. So this mailbox is really important. And I was getting mail. I still get mail at that mailbox. And so I have this Helping a Veteran program that I do for veterans during the summer. And one of them is to help with weed whacking and the mailbox for my dad out there, but also for other veterans. And I am disabled. And so I park on the side of the road, which is the county right-of-way. And I went to park on the side of the county road with a gentleman that was special needs to help me because I had torn my rotator cuff. And so he was willing to help me weed whack around the mailbox. And we had gotten gas on
And you, hold on, so is this a rural mailbox?
Yes, it is rural. And
what road, what road is it? A county road, a state road, what is it?
It's a county road. It goes north and south. It's County Road 51.
Okay, so County Road, I just want to get a picture. County Road 51, north and south, and you were parked near the mailbox.
Yes.
Were you facing in the right direction for where you parked? Like, in other words, if you're on the north, if you're heading north, were you parked on the right side?
I was parked on the right side where the mailbox was, but I was faced south because no, faced north because I had to get out of the trunk.
I understand that. I don't need explanations. I just need information. So you were facing in the wrong direction for that side of the street.
No, I was actually, if I were to pull past the mailbox and onto the right-of-ways, which is what I did, and then I backed up. So I was actually
you still didn't answer me, and I don't know if I'm not asking correctly. I need to know a simple thing. For the side of the road you were on, were you facing the correct direction?
Yes.
Okay.
I was.
Keep going.
I was.
That's good.
So I had unloaded the weed whacking machine, and I had given Brian the weed whacker and
right. So all mailboxes, by the way, are they all on one side in that community?
Yes, they're all on that street.
And as you're heading north on County Road 51, are mailboxes on the left or right?
If your house is on the right, it's on the right.
Oh, okay.
If your house is on the left, it's on the left.
Okay, because they've changed a lot of communities where it's all on the same side. But okay, keep going then. So what happened? How did you get arrested?
I was. It's weird. I had Brian weed whacking and went to get water. Came back. This man that's an ex-sheriff's deputy came out and threatened my special needs person.
Okay, hold on. We're getting all flowery language with special needs and you're disabled and this and that. I know you're trying to paint the worst possible picture. What I need to know is how you were arrested and why. I don't need to know any of the extra stuff. I know it was terrible that he threatened a man with special needs. Terrible. I need to know the part of the story that counts. I am parked, and I got arrested for this or that or the other thing. Here's the other thing. I was told you were going to get your mail and were arrested. So we'll come back and talk about this. Chris, don't mistake my cynicism for a lack of interest. I really do emphasize with you, I want to help you, but I need to know information.
This report is sponsored
by Farmers Insurance. Yeah, but you'll never get it. I mean, I'll try it. I mean, that came to my mind. You know what? I automatically try it.
But work is going on there. It's backing up to 225. The good news is that's about the only major slow spot in town.
I just automatically.
85 slow either side of 6th Avenue.
How about we make it roll?
Up the high country drive, see some heavy traffic there, traveling up into the mountains. Good news.
Or we buy it.
Laws happen in the high country.
Let's see if I can get it. Let's see if it's there, bro.
They're right by the Home Depot. They're by Home Depot.
Town roll over crashing.
Oh, they just opened, you know?
Yeah,
it was not. Okay, because I was there at Home Depot here like a month ago.
Yeah, it's taken.
With your traffic I'm Pete Wagner. 6:30.
And then I noticed that it was up there. Go in there and see how much they one of the reviews says, they only got like 20 things in there.
After she talks, I know. We don't have to go through
We were involved there, it was just a long ways to go.
Had to rate my farmer's truck fire insurance
But I got to call her.
Guys, as we get older, we have a problem with our hormones. We don't make as much testosterone or estrogen or whatever. Our thyroid sometimes slow down, or they overact. What we need to do is address this problem. It doesn't go away on its own, and it just gets worse. Don't listen to doctors who say, oh, that's normal as you get older. Yeah, it's normal, just like death is normal. But that doesn't mean that you want to have this happen. Optimize your hormones and fight age and manage age and do it with revitalized health. Now, I tell this story. 3 handsome brothers got together and started this clinic, and they're really healthy, and they really want to help people maintain health and youth. So I gave them the name, thehormonebros.com, and you can find them there. 470 and Ken Carroll. Call them for all your needs. They even have cosmetic procedures like microneedling and thread lifts that are really affordable, and you need to call them. You'll love them. It's thehormonebros.com, 720-361-2302, thehormonebros.com.
So what kind of trouble could this pawn shop get in? I was going to ask that when we were on the radio.
A judgment against him for $1 million. I mean, I don't even know the harm that this guy has potential harm now of this coming back over and over again. It's a major problem. He doesn't even have to show actual damages because he's a private individual.
I can't believe Google would leave it there. I mean, it's just one click to Google.
He's taking some off. Every review used to say friend of registered sex offender. For those only
he just leaves
one on the spot. The original one they had.
I love it. Yeah.
Did you come up with
that? I did. I said, drop that button.
It was so obvious.
You know,
it was.
on that thing.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that. Google.
Yeah. I thought it might have been Goose. I was thinking, you know,
we're going to see on this board
that might have been the name. So, does anybody? Grant would like a cup of coffee. I didn't want to get him one because I thought he might still be sick. Does anybody else want coffee?
I'll take cookie.
You didn't want to get him one.
I wasn't sure he still felt a little nauseous.
Oh, you didn't automatically.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Cream and sugar.
Cream and sugar?
Thank you.
Cream and sugar?
Very nice.
Black like my mascara.
That's my hair
That's
used to
what I
be.
always do.
No.
Or then I'll tell people, you know, like, they'll talk about their weight, and I'm like, I know, right?
Guys, is it too late for me to buy lunch?
I go 27 years ago.
I'm sorry, guys. Even for Jimmy John's?
Jimmy John's?
Is it too late for Jimmy John's?
They're freaking fast.
Find out if it's not too late.
For
but for pizza, right?
Oh yeah, pizza.
Okay, so Jimmy John's, I want to buy these guys. Put it on our card.
Thank you, Tom.
Do you guys like
the Italian nightclub?
Yeah.
Number 9 unwich. Number 9 unwich. Number 9 unwich.
Good.
But that doesn't have bread.
Right.
Okay.
Do you like it with bread?
Yeah.
He
Okay,
wants
you want a number 9 Italian?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
Number 9.
Regular.
Perfect.
You guys make it easy.
Regular with
Regular with
Number
bread.
9
Yeah,
Italian.
so he wants regular too.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
I'll
Awesome.
check in there.
Thank you, Tom. I'm not big bread back.
Mom.
Ever since Tom got, that's a good. I'm gonna walk in there because I got to go to Home Depot this weekend. So I'm gonna walk in there. Do it because I seen it up there. I was like, wow, what the heck? So the whole thing, I said, well, why did you get the mad stuff? Because he said said, you want to show if you have like a drone, you get
I like the
drone,
I wonder if
when I did other stuff, even though I paid good for his camera. He says, no, I'm here.
Okay,
did you $100? He started yelling at the worker that started yelling at him. He says, no, we paid for it. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a bad review. Rock out
just keep in mind,
the guy came out there, started banging on his wall, and then he left and he put the
I'm not
review
saying
on.
not to use that
So he took that stuff off of his driver's license.
It's easier to
His
understand.
phone number, his birthday, his full name.
I like when you order something, you drive.
Got it.
Keep that doing.
Wow.
What's your
And then one of his reviews, if you look at the reviews, the owner put out one of the reviews,
And we also have no wait on
and he said, yeah, they did great. They bought my Rolex for a great price.
Yeah,
And it's the owner. It's the owner.
I like what you have a good
The
head.
kid shouldn't have had all his friends pile on either.
I don't know how many of the friends did it. I don't know. I don't know if every one of that was.
Wow, Tom City getting $1 million.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome, 303-713-TALK. Okay, so Chris has a mailbox. Well, she gets a mail at her parents. It doesn't matter, okay? And somehow they were weed whacking around it. I guess you have to keep your mailbox maintained. And it turned into
county law.
Yeah, it turned into an arrest. So you're parked next to the mailbox, you and a friend, and did the regular sheriff's department come or just this neighbor?
No, I wound up having called the sheriff's department.
You called them?
I called them because of his actions and behavior.
He was bothering you, right? He was just being a jerk.
Yes, and I found out that he turned and twisted what he told the sheriff's deputy, because he's an ex-sheriff's deputy himself, and stated that he had had problems with me, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, what happened
What did he accuse you of?
He accused me of being on his property. But the thing is, the county road in Weld County, in any rural county, you own from, according to, if you have property, you own to the middle of the road, allegedly. But
well, no, you're responsible for it. You don't own it. But anyway, I don't really care. What happened? Why did they arrest you? What was the charge?
Well, it was criminal trespass.
Are you kidding me? Criminal trespass because you're weed whacking at the mailbox. So where did you allegedly trespass?
I trespassed at my mailbox at 3800.
No, don't give me your address. What I mean is this. Is he saying that on the way to the mailbox, or is he saying when you were weed whacking, you whacked some of his weeds? What?
Yes. He said that I was on his property at this mailbox. The criminal charge.
Is he saying at that day or at another time?
No, he says on that day, and he allegedly owns the mailbox at 38.
Okay.
So I was able to show what happened is that the DA then sent the summons to, and I can tell you this address because it's non-existent.
Yeah, who cares? But whatever. He sent it to the wrong address?
Address, purposely, because both addresses have been combined to mix it to the one that I get the mail at.
Who sent it purposely to the wrong address?
The DA.
Why?
So I never got the summons.
Why?
Why? Because this man is somehow calling in a favor with the sheriff's department.
So you're saying they conspired to serve you the wrong way so you wouldn't get it?
Right, and I got arrested on December 3rd for.
So were you arrested for failure to appear?
Yes, because I never.
Because you never got the summons. I get it. You never got the summons. I get that. So here's what happened. Let me get it straight. You were at the mailbox maintaining it with a friend. The neighbor alleged that you trespassed. They sent you a summons. You did not appear, and you were arrested for failure to appear.
Yes, it's a big cover-up because
I get it, Chris. It was a major coup.
Let me tell you what this.
But here's the deal. Here's the deal. You weren't arrested for going to the mailbox. You were arrested for failure to appear. And by the way, did you showed them you didn't get served, right?
No, the public defender said it doesn't matter, and she was acting as postman for them. And I said,
what do you mean it doesn't matter?
The mail that was being resent back to the DA, and she gave that back to me and said, "Well, you've been charged. The minute that you get charged, that acts as the summons." And I'm going, no, it doesn't.
Chris, if you're charged, it can act as a summons if in that charge they write it up, and on that ticket there is It's called summons and complaint. If they write up the ticket and put a date of when you're supposed to appear, that is an appearance date. Did you get an actual, at the scene that day, did they write something up?
No.
They never.
This happened in July. October is when they took it before the
All
judge.
right. So you were maintaining, you were out there weed whacking in July?
Yes. And
Okay.
October is when the judge in Weld County said, well, she didn't show up, so they
Right.
issued this ATB.
But in July, when they gave you a summons, they gave you nothing. They
That's
just
right.
said, by the way, you're going to be charged later on.
No, they never even talked to me.
Oh.
They never.
So
ever
you
said
did
a
not
word.
know that the neighbor
Right.
was making this complaint in July when you were weed whacking.
That's right.
So then, then he files this complaint, and they send you a summons through the mail to the wrong address. When did they send that?
They allegedly sent it in October.
Okay, and then it doesn't
and I
matter the
didn't
date. They sent it in October, and then when did you find out? Then you were driving around with and were stopped for something, and that's when they found the warrant.
Yes.
When did
and
that
I didn't-
happen? When did that happen?
That happened December 3rd of 2017, and
Okay.
then 6 weeks later, they could not tell me what the charge was in Loveland, what the charge was that Weld County was charging me for.
Okay.
So 6 weeks later, I never learned about it.
Okay.
And
So
I
in
got
December of 2017, you got a failure to appear, and you were taken in for that?
Yeah, and
Okay.
they released me on a
gotcha.
$1,000 reconnaissance bond.
Okay. And then when was your next hearing?
The next hearing was supposed to be in January, and when I appeared before them, I told them that I had already contacted a public defender, and when I went before Judge Myers, I said, I don't understand this charge, and I said, don't I have the right to go to my mailbox? And she said,
Which
yes,
charge?
I do.
Okay, you didn't understand the trespass charge.
No, I didn't understand how I could be trespassing at my own mailbox.
I just said, Chris, do me a favor and talk to me and listen to what I'm saying. I just asked you. You did not understand the trespass charge, and you said, no, I just don't understand why I can't go to my mailbox. You're not listening. So you don't understand why you were charged with trespassing. Okay, that's a fair thing. And how did this all end up?
It all ended up that I had to go to court the 15th of January.
Okay.
I had surgery during that time, so there was a delay. But during those delays, the judge allowed me, when I appeared, I said, listen, my mailbox is being torn up by the neighbor. I need to repair it. And she says, you have the right to go to your mailbox and repair it. And she printed me out they give you a restraining order.
You didn't, Chris, what happened to the trespass charge without any stories in between? Where is that trespass charge? Is it a guilty? Is it pending? They dismissed it after all this garbage you went through. They dismissed it.
Yes. Malicious prosecution.
Well, malicious prosecution is a real thing, but you mostly hear about it in the movies because you never hear about it in real life. So, are you calling about that? Is that what you're calling about now? Malicious prosecution?
What I'm calling about is that...
Because this happened in December of 2017, right?
It happens in December of 17, yes.
Okay, and January of 2018, and then what happened all this year? What prompted you to get in touch with us?
Because there seems to be a confusion between the sheriff's department and the county. That open spot where the county has right-of-way, when you put your mailbox in there federally, it has to be approved by the county. It has to be approved. But Chris,
that's been there for years. Here's what I need to know. Why one day in 2019 did you decide you needed help, and what is the issue now? What did you call for?
There's a possibility if I go back to that mailbox...
You're going to be arrested for trespassing.
Yes, because there seems to be a problem with the county sheriff to understand...
There's no clarification for you. You don't know where you can go and where you can't go.
Right, and the thing is the county's not going to be accurate, the sheriff's not going to be accurate about it because...
Okay, I'll tell you how you can solve this problem, okay? Chris, you have an issue, and I'll help you. You need clarification, all right? I promise you I will help you. but you also have a collection of injustice. That is your nature. Okay? It's called collection of injustice. And I'm not trying to preach to you, I'm trying to help you. And everyone listening will understand what I'm saying. You collect injustices, you don't forget them, you catalog them, and they eat away at you like a virus, like a disease, like a cancer. It's a collection of injustice. And I think it started because of your traumatic event. If you had a disgusting husband who beat you or hurt you, that can really cause problems, or some other traumatic event. And then everyone's out to get you. We are not out to get you. We will help you if you need clarification with this. And then the neighbor is just a jerk. You see, that's not you. That's on him. We have more coming up. This is... I mean, does it sound like she's a collection of injustice? Every single thing that's ever happened wrong to her?
This report is sponsored by Farmers.
The county's got better things to do than play games with her. It's, you know,
there is no conspiracy.
Exactly.
I've never heard of that before. Have you ever heard of that before? Collection of injustice?
No, I know. That's my term. I mean, it's something I've run across.
It's on collectionofinjustice.com.
All the chain attraction laws have been lifted in the high country.
I wonder if there's more to this and stuff.
Directions for avalanche mitigation.
She was weed cutting and cutting down the poles.
Could be a total turd too. You just don't know.
But why would a sheriff do that? No, you're right. Some of those cops are power hungry.
But they got better things to do. Most of the sheriffs in rural counties are.
You would think it's rural, right?
But they're just not that way. They're not. You know.
Well, you can't say. I mean, there are some. I mean, look what happened to get down south.
Yeah,
you know, back in the day.
You know. No, I'm talking about today, Colorado. You know, when I lived out in Elizabeth, you know, we waved to every one of them. They all waved. You know.
Actually, in Weld County, the DA's been pretty good for us.
Yeah, I just.
Now, I'd like to tell you about
And you're right, but she, you know, they may have cut his tulips down or something. I mean,
but can you imagine though getting arrested? Here you're in another county, getting arrested because you never got the summons. That was because it was sent to the wrong address.
That happens.
I hope it never happens to me, Kevin.
It's really inconvenient, I imagine. To
I would bet. But you gotta, then what happens to post those bonds?
Well, but some of the time, depending on where you end up, is you need to be moved from one jurisdiction to the other. They'll transport you to the.
This would happen in my mailbox maybe 8-10 years ago. A guy lived up the street, darker than a skunk, coming down the dirt road, hit my mailbox, and it just annihilated it. By chance, I seen this happen, so I walked down the driveway, and he just takes off. What the hell? So later on that day, I went up to his house, knocked on the door. And I said, hey, I said, when you come down here, you get my mailbox. And this guy's face was like, well, it wasn't me. I said, yeah, it was. It was this vehicle right here. You were driving it. I saw you from a distance. It was you in the vehicle, and you hit it. He said, listen, I'm a fireman. If you report this, I'll lose my job.
I was looking at reports.
And the infection will help. Health insurance
don't tell me you didn't do it.
and you may receive
Make up some
compensation
story.
for time
Not
travel.
to report nothing. Just
Damn it.
step up, do the right thing. Fix it. Anything.
That's 303-398.
You fix it real good, but
Man is not.
I think that woman's crazy. Can I do a background check on her to look at the case and the restraining order and stuff? This doesn't make any sense to me.
You probably should lose his job because here he is.
Or do you not? Do you want me to
That would
wait?
have been me. Okay. Common old deal. Not even lose my job. I would have fixed it better.
I misspelled it.
Absolutely.
Yes, dear.
I was thinking about running a background check on that woman.
No, I know. I wanted
To look at protection order. Well, when I tried to ask her address so I could look at everything on Google Earth,
I just don't want
ask here. And then all of a sudden, this job,
yeah,
great.
Right.
Oh, that's a
I
good
know.
point.
You're
Usually
saying
they try when you did it.
So,
Right.
you have black, right?
Yes. So I bet you he's a fireman because it's an easy fucking job. And they are. Firemen are easy jobs. Out there, people. Firemen are easy
I
jobs.
appreciate that.
They are.
Thank you.
We got great freaking bathrooms.
You had
Clean sugar.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah, they are.
Mark.
Oh.
What do you think of this?
Oh, thank you. Oh my God. Where did this come from?
There's sugar and
It's
there's
all
items.
commonly used with it. Oh, she brothers. Oh, wow.
No, I don't think it would be that.
Are not as good as my cookies.
Not as good as our cookies, because they don't have that saltiness. Truffle salt.
Yeah, truffle salt.
I was thinking of over too. That just struck me.
Cookie-wise,
Hey,
I
let me
didn't
try
even
that
take
one.
the
That might
cookies
be
away.
better. My car.
You use coconut oil on almost anything? I was staring at you as you're walking away with that. I'm like,
I
oh,
know.
what's going on here? Yeah, say to Biscotti, Biscotti are better.
Stability. It's not like
I didn't,
bricks plus.
okay, there's that.
No, thank you.
It's like stability.
All right, and I ordered the sandwich.
That's a good point, though. No, but seriously.
Good
point. Oh, yes, they got run in a burning building. Right. More people killed in the farms or logging than there are
Real Estate Network.
Oh, I love it. And then we'll have it. Who's your web guy?
Houses in today's market.
do you ever have a consultation
service
again?
It's hosted
But I say,
through,
would you do that?
Whatever. I mean,
I would say I did that. I'm sorry, you're right. I should have come to you and said,
without you doing anything. But I want to make sure that it's only
So what I'm
going to do
Bang it out with a
is
hammer.
I'm going to transfer it.
The post was fine, and the concrete came out of the ground, you know? So we did one for him now. Put it up, just put another piece of wood there, put a wedge there.
And even though he does general auto repair, really the hallmark is transmission. It's got to stay that way. Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, listen. Chris deserves a clarification. So here's what she does. She gets the survey from the county, and she figures out where the property is, and that's her property to use, or her father, or whatever, and she can go to and from the mailbox, and that's it. It's that simple, Chris. It's that simple. Get a survey. You'll know, well, a survey showing where the mailbox is in relation to the path, so when you go to the mail, you never have to worry about a trespass charge. That's it.
Right, and I went down to the county to do that, and I have on video where they were refusing to cooperate because the county...
Again, more injustice, right? Everyone's out to get you, the conspiracy for trespass.
They were telling me I couldn't get this information, so I went to the county attorney.
Maybe, just maybe, it's not available. They don't have to give you a survey if they don't have one. I'm saying get a survey of your property. Not everyone has to be at your beck and call, and not everyone is conspiring against you. You don't have to go to the county attorney to get a survey.
No, that's what the county attorney said.
Okay,
and
well,
so
the county attorney said what? They said you have to go to court to get a survey?
No, they told me I had to go to the county attorney, but I went to the assessor's office. I did get one, and I did prove that day that the county...
Real quick, Tom. Okay, hold it. Just wait 1 second, though, Suzanne. Chris, listen. Okay, we're done. I know what to do to help you. I'm just going to say it right out. You don't want to be helped because the world is out to get you. You think that they conspired over a trespass charge, and they didn't. And now you think there was a conspiracy not to get you the information you needed. And even the words you use. I went there on video, them refusing to cooperate. Chris, the world is out to get you, and we're done. Yes, Suzanne.
So I just ran a background check on her. Now that dismissed trespassing charges there, and that is the only thing on her record. There's no protection order. There's nothing, Tom.
Okay, well,
and usually we see that on the records.
It wouldn't be on her. It would be on his.
I thought the protection order was against her.
No. She put it against. She put it against her husband. So you have a clean record, Chris. That's good news. But please, I really mean this. And I mean it, you don't think so, Chris, but I mean it in a loving way. I do. You have to get out of this mindset that the world is against you. Honest, Chris, I want to help you. Do you hear it?
Yes, I understand it, sir, but when I'm trying to get information and I'm being told by the sheriff's deputies because I'm asking too many questions.
Because you're not asking them the right way. You're asking almost challenging because you don't think they're going to help. Here's the bottom line. The information is this. Get a survey. Look at the border. They don't have to tell you. They don't have to tell you. Here's how to prevent trespassing. Okay, Chris? They don't. Okay? The world is not your nanny, and they're not your prosecutor either. please. Ron, what's going on with you, Ron? What's happening?
Yeah, I retired in July, and I have a 401k, which I converted to.
What did you convert it to, sir?
IRA, traditional IRA.
And you did that because you weren't ready to disperse it, right?
That's correct.
Good.
So
you did the proper thing.
I've been meeting with this person called Doug Jones.
I don't know who it is, but what about it?
Okay. Well, he works out of Boulder through the credit union that I am a member of.
Yes. How much is this lump sum you put into the IRA, sir?
About $300,000.
Okay. And what's going on?
Well, I would like to invest it to start making this money work harder for me and possibly make around a 6% return.
That's going to be
on
very, very difficult, Ron. It's going to be very, very difficult. Seriously. 6%. And please don't get sucked into a lot of this investment stuff. I'm just telling you straight up, it's very difficult. You can find a really good, stable financial investor or someone with a fiduciary responsibility to you, and you may make 6% some years, you may make 10, you may make 3 or 2. Here's the problem: you make a lot of gains, even with Mark Major. He is a good investor, and some of my money I follow him. And he's really good, but he's not a miracle worker. If I averaged out my return with him, it hasn't been spectacular. Now, I know he'll show over the years he's done better than most, but he is actively watching his account every hour of every day. And you're not going to do that, and you're not going to find someone to do it. Hold on. Let's realistically talk about this $300,000 and what to do with it realistically, because everyone except me, everyone is going to have a strong opinion about where you put it. I'm going to present to you the options, and I don't have a strong opinion on where you should put it.
This report is
If
sponsored
you want that in to become the banker, there's some advantages and disadvantages. He'll get 5%, and it's safe, but he is going to pay for insurance, and it's going to cost him about 1%. Okay? Then, but there's no surrender cost. He can get his money back right away. Okay? He'll get it back. So
minus insurance.
No, actually, you get the full $300 back if you wait a year and a half. You'll get
really?
the full.
I thought it was 4 years.
Hell no.
Oh, okay.
Well, hold on. I shouldn't say that. If it's really expensive insurance, you would.
He's being older now.
Okay.
He's retired.
I need Joe Chiano. This is not going to be a commercial. Tell him that. It's not a commercial, and I'm not telling this guy to do it. I'm just asking a question. I don't want a long speech. I just want very simple answers. No, I'm serious. I don't want to.
No, you're right.
The Raleigh House has an informational line. I've told you about it before. I'm telling you again because it's very important that you get information. If you discover an addiction in your circle of friends or family, get accurate information about addiction treatment and recovery and telltale signs. 720-893-5559. Free confidential information sponsored by TheRaleighHouse.com. 720-893-5559.
Now, I could put in those index funds.
None of the index funds are recovering.
Funds, no, what I'm saying, where you don't lose any money, but the most you will get is like 6%.
That would be on a 20% year, you would get the 6.
Yeah, but I mean, but you'll never lose.
Yeah.
And you got to leave it in for 10 years, I think.
I'm serious. I want straight answers for exact questions.
Our 401k was tied to like Schwab's S&P, and it did great last year. We were able to get out of it before it did too much damage this year, and then get back in as it started.
Well, that's good if you.
Yeah.
Are you going to give a shout out like that for the
bad thing?
business?
You never know. It's going to
go.
Especially, I tell you, the last year.
Are you going to give a shout out to my company like you did for these other companies?
There should never be a 300, or if there is, that's a big event.
Because you're here and you'll come every now and then.
300 one day, 300
do it
next day.
here.
Yeah, but if you have something
be a separate commercial.
dividends and
That's just
everything
complimentary.
else.
But what you're hearing
You
is
can
are
survive.
scheduled
I mean,
commercials
if you're
that,
looking
like,
for the
for example,
net
he
gain
spends so much a
to
month
pay your
at scheduled commercials. He
crazy
does
anyway,
most of our
because it's
people.
gotta
You're
be
not required to,
dividends,
by the way. I'll
and it'll
throw
apply
it,
to your
but they
income,
do.
and then
Okay,
you
that's
have
what
time
you're
to get
hearing.
out.
Did you
And
see
with the
PG&E?
people we invite in
PG&E,
as
the-
well,
Yeah, the
they just
pay
come in
went up
and you say, hey,
75%
you know,
yesterday.
so-and-so's offering
No,
the
no,
utility
offer a
company.
special, or he wants to say hi, or come on in,
Yeah.
10% off, something like that. We do that, yes.
What is that, PG&E?
Complimentary,
Yeah,
yes.
Pacific Gas and Electric.
Yeah, yeah.
And
PG&E, yeah.
also
Well, they can
complimentary
finance
is every
it.
now and then. We couldn't do it every day because
Megan Dyer, and they got let loose.
Do I have another one coming up in this break?
2017,
What I do,
mortgage consultants part of
is,
American
let's say,
financing. So, but they're still part of the
hey guys, do a screaming and
Oh my God.
so
It went up 75%. Now today it's down 11%.
Tom, I want
Covers
to
up
get
there.
50% off for the next 5
Oh, of course not.
Well, that's a crazy deal, right?
But they pay a
$5
dividend
or $3 or whatever.
or they might not pay
Decide
it.
you want to get more, you can. Or if you get
Or
called
they're
out
gonna- they- I
after
think it's
$5,
fair,
come first. You could say, listen, I'm not going to give you the best rate.
It says PG&E is clear, but it's clear from 2017.
It's got to be a crazy screaming deal in order for you to call in.
No, you're right.
Free. It's got to be really
Stock market is a legalized game.
Okay, so you know, say,
We're applying online in America.
you know, whatever, $500
I just look
off.
for dividends about,
I'm
like I said,
giving
we
for
have a lot of that
jobs.
Even in my own home, I have my own
That did well
designated
last year
space
for
to
us.
smoke. I think about
Yeah,
it.
But
Really
those
was
are
the house
occasional,
punishing.
they're
I
not
don't
regular.
have the
A friend of
time.
mine
The
saying
only
regular
regular
just
emergencies you get are when they're.
You're not interested
They
in
buy a
rules.
schedule.
No, it scares me.
That's,
I would much rather fly to Vegas and get, you know,
Whoa.
and put it on a game and just get it over with.
So you are
The
on the
slow death when
referrals,
you
right?
get involved
Mark
with some of
can
these
talk
things.
to you about advertising down in the Springs if you want. He can do that for you, and it's a very good deal. He gets rock bottom prices, and he can put you on the radio down there.
A little more control now. Yeah.
black.
Hey, because we have such a big listenership in the Springs, we have a giant audience there. Do you get people from the Springs for major stuff? I don't think they come up.
You know, from time to time, we do have people call us from the Springs and bring their vehicle down.
I mean, because really, it's not
Monument, too?
Yeah, that's
Right.
We got a very big audience down there.
That's awesome. I remember when you guys first started doing that.
I think my show's number one down there.
Wasn't it like 2 years ago when you first started getting
Oh
it?
no, it was way longer.
Oh, wow.
First of all, K-How got down there before that.
I was thinking for some reason, we were talking this morning, when I was down here, it was, I don't know, 14, 15 years ago, Tom, who was the gentleman that worked with you? Just curious how he's doing or what he's doing.
Oh, was it,
What's his name?
is it 15 years ago? Long time ago. Wow, I was thinking of the guy that went, who's the guy that went to work on an island, he was drunk?
We are giving away a $250 Visa gift card.
Oh,
right
no,
now.
okay. Before Mike. You're good.
Plus the deductible assistance. So that's a $750 savings right there.
That was probably only a few years ago.
Yeah, he was out here talking with us.
Some have 1,000. I've seen up to 2,000 in deductibles. And we have deductible assistance. They don't have to pay the $5. Insurance companies
It was,
take it.
in Puerto Rico.
Say $6,500. They'll send you $6. They take the
St.
$5.
Yeah, maybe
collect
St.
it,
John,
we pick up the car, but we can assist them.
What's his last name?
And you get a $250 Visa gift card.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Okay, I got to get to the phones. I want to get to a lot of people. And then, of course, we have another hour to go, so keep that in mind. And, Ron, I am so happy you're calling because to get really sound advice is hard because everyone has something to sell. And we have sponsors who have things to sell. You know what I mean? But what you want, listen, you want what I want. You want to take $300,000, safely have it make as much as it can. How old are you?
65.
Do you think you will need this money? I mean, absolutely need it in the next year or two.
A portion of it, yes, possibly 50,000.
Okay, and the reason I say that, I'm going to tell you the options you have. Again, you need to know this. I have no preference that I'm telling you to do, okay? The bank CD is a long tradition and it makes crap, but it's a tradition, it's safe. You put money in, and you got to lock it there. Or if you're not going to keep it there, you may as well not do it, because by the time you take it out, the damn penalties will kill you. So it's like you put the money in there free. So a CD. You know what? A 300,000 CD, you might make 1.5%.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. I don't know, guys. I think there are some that might make 2, but you got to tie
They're hitting 2, yeah.
For what? 3 years, though, right?
Exactly.
You got to tie it up 3 years. Now, if you're willing to tie up your money, the other thing is become the banker. Now, remember, I am not telling you to do this. You don't need life insurance, but this is the reason I'm doing it. I do it with a portion of my money for this reason. Yes, it's a life insurance policy, but what's weird about it is if you do a paid-up lump sum, and again, I'm going to give you other things to do too. This is just one of them. The bank CD is one. This is another. Let's say you put $300,000 in this mutual life. Do not buy universal. Do not buy whole life. It's a mutual whole life where you put $300 in, no premiums. It grows immediately. Now listen carefully, 4% plus 1% dividend. The dividend is not guaranteed, the 4% is, but the dividend has been being paid for like 100 years. I think you'll get it, and that's 5%. However, there is a cost of insurance, and that cost of insurance eats away at that about 1% approximately, but it would make 4%. Here's the problem. If you put $300,000 in there today, if you, in an emergency, just wanted it all back 100%, not a loan, you just wanted it back, then you would have to wait about 1.5 to 3 years depending on the cost of insurance. So in other words, if you want 100% of your money, you'd have to wait 1.5 to 2 years depending on the cost of insurance, possibly 2.5 years. But after that, there is no cost to surrender, and you don't give up any earnings. So let's say it sits there for 2 or 3 years. Every year it sits there, you're earning 5%, including the first 4 years too. I mean, you earn, but in order to make up for the cost of insurance, you wouldn't get back to zero until 2 or 3 years. Once you're back to zero, you're making 5%, and if you wanted to pull it out the next day, you get 100% with no penalty, and you get all your earnings, but you pay tax on your earnings. Yeah. But let's say you wanted to borrow from it for retirement. This is what I'm doing. You borrow from it, and you simply don't pay it back, and you don't pay tax on it, and you don't surrender anything. And if you keep borrowing on it, you can do that until it's exhausted, and with a 5% tax-free growth compounded, it's hard to exhaust it unless you take a lot of money, but you can take it in payments in small loans. Again, this is not my recommendation. This is an advisement of what's available. I'm doing it with some of my money for my kids because I have each kid has money, and I can get to that money anytime I want. But if I leave it there, it grows 5% compounded. That's a pretty damn good college fund. Now listen, remember this. If I need the money and I can borrow it, I can borrow it. If I want to pay it back, I can even pay it back, put extra interest on it, and I can then I can put extra interest on it and shelter more money. Now, the third option would be a stock fund market. That's where you go to a really good financial guy. You're not churning and burning. You're simply doing a fund. And it's a fund of mutual stocks, and they complement each other. And you look at the best fund who's been around the longest where it can make a steady return.
Right, and that's what this guy is suggesting.
Okay, but hold on. I'm going to tell you how to evaluate him and more coming up, all right? Stick around.
On Wall Street. It's certainly been an interesting year for the
not so freaky fast today.
There's sometimes though it is creepy, isn't it? It's like I mean we like at the shop, you know, what do you guys want or something, and you like you answer 2 phone calls and they're like, can I help you? And you say, you feed your shop? Yeah. Oh yeah, no, at least every Friday.
All right, that's cool.
And it just depends on
beer tubes. No. We used to do that.
We used to.
What? Beer in the shop? Oh, really?
Okay, now I'm working on this guy.
For me, it's cheaper to buy them lunch than it is to have them all scatter and then come dragging back in. If we get a really busy day going, I can get them back to work.
Yeah.
You know, some think it's you know.
No, I agree.
I have 17 and a half minutes left of lunch. It's
oh, wow.
Get off the chair, you dummy, get back to work. Yeah. But unfortunately, the IRS, it's 50% of employee meals now you can write off.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
It's like, come on.
That's actually also 50% of entertainment.
Entertainment, but they treat entertainment and employee meals the same.
I see. I didn't know that. Okay.
Which, because most of us were putting everything on employee meals. No, I wasn't though. I mean, I've heard that other people.
On Friday.
I've heard that other people were. It's you know. Yeah.
Your employees were working till 10 that night.
No, I don't want it. You know, we'll grab pizzas.
I think that's a huge motivation thing. Sure. I really do. I really. What is it? What's motivating buying lunch for your employees and stuff? Bringing lunch in. Because, like I say, it's not going to the restaurant now. You just add an hour to it.
No, I can't take them out.
Right.
I mean, some of my guys aren't house trained anyway. They're probably listening. That's what I'm saying.
That's you, Fred. No, I think that is. I really do because I know I always appreciated it.
Yeah.
So, now you do get some. It's just pizza again, you know, or you get those and stuff. But you're right. People, I mean, I swear, we used to have Christmas parties. The people that would never come to the Christmas party were the ones, if you canceled it that year, that bitch. Mm-hmm. And they would never come to it and stuff.
Yeah, see, we haven't done that in years because of just logistics and everything else. And, you know, I just give them a bonus. And
I appreciate that. You know, I've also found out is people appreciate more, or at least it is, if you give them something like a real nice coat, like like we gave any NFL coat that they wanted. Mm-hmm. It was for a safety award. Or if you gave them money, the money was gone like that, but the coat, a year later, I got this for my safety award and stuff.
Sure. But I always figure that Christmas it's kind of a slow time for us anyway.
Sure.
I can see bonus that time of year.
And that's like say that was a bonus. These are like safety awards and stuff. And you guys do that anymore? Safety awards? If they don't, no. God, we used to do that all the time. Safety awards. That was a big thing. It was in the oil field, so.
Oh well, yeah.
Wow.
When I was in mining too, OSHA and MSHA and all, and everybody would come. There was always that push.
Yeah, because if you have an accident and stuff,
it's catastrophic.
Now that is our contracts dependent on that. You got to show them your OSHA record and stuff.
What did you do out there on the oil fields?
I was a logging engineer, so we would test oil wells or gas wells and stuff. But equipment down the hole and see if there's oil or whatever's down there.
That's what my son did when he was working. Worked for several different companies.
I'll tell you, that was the hardest work I've ever done.
I did a summer in Redding, California.
Oh, did you? I was in Sacramento for a while. Now, Roswell, you did a little bit of everything.
What?
Everything everybody else didn't want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe.
Yes.
Oh my
God, was it hot out there?
So that was gas fields. You probably went to rice fields and stuff like that.
I didn't hear a word. I'm sorry.
Did you?
It was like 2 months. And, it was through school. Where I went to school.
Isn't Redding north of Sacramento?
Joseph A. Mazzara is a name you're going to want when it comes to criminal defense. Oh, you might say, what, Tom? We don't, I'm not a criminal. Listen, if you get a DUI, it's a criminal offense. Shoplifting, sometimes it's a mistake. In fact, most of the people that call me with shoplifting, it's a mistake. It really is. In other words, they did it by mistake. But things are rough, okay? And you don't want a record. You want someone who will fight for you no matter what it is. And, of course, we never encourage drinking and driving. So you use Uber or Lyft or get a designated driver, but he can help you if you've been wrongly charged or you just made a stupid mistake. In fact, for Martino listeners, he takes $500 off big cases. And listen to this one. He has flat rate pricing on everything, so you're not nickel and dimed. 303-429-6200. LazaraLegal.com. That's Joe Lazzara, attorney at law, Lazzara, Joe Lazzara, and that is 303-429-6200.
For a clinical research study for the investigation of topical lotion. To qualify, participants must be 2 years of age or older, have eczema, and be in good general health. Health insurance is not necessary. If you want personal compensation for time and travel, call Horizons Clinical Research Center at 303-399-4077.
They're on a waiting list for 6-7 months, and they're waiting on them, and they can get fixed now. For yours in the body shop. Like, you got a claim, you go to a body shop, they do the estimate, they submit it to the insurance company, and they come back. They feel they're locked in. Like they got to wait on that body shop 5 or 6 months before they can get to them, and they don't have to. They can just pick up the phone and call you and say, hey, I've decided to go with this shop, and they'll just cancel the paperwork and resubmit everything. So that's one of the big problems. They feel like they're locked in with that shop, and they're on a 5-month waiting list.
So I got a question. If you have insurance check, like on hail or whatever and stuff, do you have them, the insurance company, send it right to you?
They send us a two-party check. They have to
two-party check.
Two-party check. They get out to the company and to the insurer. And they'll mail it directly to us. The supplements, we get them direct.
You saved a lot in your IRAs, 401ks, and other accounts.
When you asked me that question earlier, I've been thinking about it. That's one of the main issues. Oh, well, I'm already waiting on service fee. I got an appointment in March.
As a CPA,
I don't have to wait on them. Well, they've already sent them the paperwork.
I'm always keeping an eye on taxes.
So you do a supplement, you got to wait for supplement check before you do it?
Sometimes. Sometimes if you put a proof, you can't list it out.
Frank can show it to
It all
you.
depends on the company. All companies are different.
Call him and let him meet you somewhere. Listen,
We do some
that's why it's hard to push me low.
through our body shops that we work with.
Your husband just died. This is a
Some
retail.
of them are very difficult.
I promise
Some
you.
are whatever.
You're never going to get it for this price. I promise you. Just call
Tom Martino.
The Troubleshooter.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. This is the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. Really, it is. Think about it. And it's brought to you this hour by GenesisTotalExteriors.com. They do interiors and exteriors. And it's really important that you use Mark Szymanski and Genesis because they're honest as well as skilled. The roof, the gutters, the siding, the windows, the doors, the decks, the fences, the basements, the kitchens. GenesisTotalExteriors.com plus inside. Okay, so let's talk. What's on your mind? Today's car day. We got our experts here, and we're going to talk, and I'm going to take your calls. So let's get right to it. Ron needs financial advice. People, when it comes to lump sums of money, there are many options, but please beware. Everyone wants to sell you something. Everyone wants to make money on you, so as soon as you say, I have $300,000, they're thinking, okay, how much of it do I get? I swear to God, that's the life. That's the world. Okay, it's the world. The banks pay interest. It's easy to understand. A CD. Okay, become the banker is easy. You buy a life insurance policy which pays interest and dividends on cash value, so you artificially pump up the cash value. The advantage of a bank is it's safe, secure. You can get 100% of your money at any time. The disadvantage is they don't pay garbage. It's 1%, 2% tops. And if you do get your money before the allotted time, you get nothing. You probably will never go negative, though. On Become the Banker, the only time you would go negative is and I say go negative, you don't ever have to go negative, but if you put $300 in today and you needed every dime next week, or 2 weeks from now, you're going to get 95, 96% of it because the cost of insurance. If you do it in a year and a half to 2 years, you'll get 100% of it, but no earnings. So let's say you keep it. But here's the odd thing. Once the insurance is paid, that interest is paying you every month, and it's from the beginning. And you can take 100% of it with all your gain at any time with no surrender fee ever. The problem is you pay tax on the gain because it's growing tax-free. However, the way people normally do it is putting the money in and letting it grow, and they borrow from it when they need it. They don't take income. Now, that is one option, and that's a 5% solid. The other thing, however, is you have stock funds. There's nothing wrong with those. You get 100% in, you get whatever out is what it's worth. And that's where the advantage and disadvantage is. You can make it quick. I mean, Mark made some money for me. He makes quick money for me, but then we lose it. So you got to know that, you know? I mean, and Suzanne's been watching this for years. He's a day trader, and not everyone can do that. So a good stock fund, however, you're not day trading. You're buying good, solid funds and keeping them. And you almost always make money if it's managed correctly. I hesitate to recommend people for that because they want part of that money too. So with a registered stock, you know, an SEC guy who's selling and buying stocks, they make money when you buy and sell. Okay. Now, if you get a registered financial advisor with a fiduciary, it's called, responsibility. That means they're supposed to look out for your best interest. But don't let that trick you. Even though they sign up for that and technically they look out for your interest, they're not going to advise you on anything that doesn't make them a dime. I don't care who they are. They're not Jesus Christ. They're not going to do it. So you need to just know. But there's nothing wrong with that either if what they're selling you is good. So if you got a good stock fund and just left it there, you'll make money too. But please be careful on who you pick. You need someone who will just let it be if it's doing well and then make slight adjustments if it's not. Now, those are the three solid places I would put my money. I would do a stock fund, or I would do become the banker, or I would do a CD. No, I don't think I'd ever do a CD, although I do have a money market account which I keep money in because it's just my checking account, and it does pay more than it does pay interest where normal checking doesn't. Let's see some other options. Another way to get a good return is to retire debt. Now, people say, what do you mean? Well, technically, if you have a 5% debt and you pay it off, you're making 5% on that money. Do you have any high interest debt?
Yeah, automobile loan.
Oh, that's all right. I mean, that's a bad thing to pay cash on.
And one college loan for $17,000.
Yeah, the college loan. You know what I would do is this is what I would do. Please do not do this because I'm telling you I would do it. I would probably do a life insurance policy on my college student because they're cheaper, and I would probably have them own it. Possibly, if you trust them, or I would own it with them and put it on their life, and then I would borrow that money to pay off the student loan from myself, and instead of repaying the student loan institution, I'd repay myself, and thereby, you know, putting more money away, and I become the banker quite literally. That's what I would do. But I don't know your circumstances, and I'm not telling you to do it.
Right.
A stock fund is a good idea too, but I don't know why you would have a loan out there. How much are you paying on the student loan?
Nothing right now. It's in default.
Oh, uh-oh. Then you may not want to mess with it. Are they coming after you for it?
They were.
They were, yes, but they kind of quit calling.
Is this federal? Is it a federal loan or is this a private?
That's Dan asking, Deputy Dan. Is it private?
We think it's a federal loan. We're not sure.
It's they're going to come after you. You're not going to get away with it. You know that, right? Like, when was the last time you heard from them?
Oh, about 4 months ago.
Okay, they're not going away if it's a true loan. I mean, you know, they're not. Is it in your name?
Yes.
And our son.
And our son. It's in joint with our son.
Listen, again, I don't want to be the one to, especially if this was me, if you have to pay it anyway, I would borrow it from my policy. I would take out a policy and borrow it, and then are you in a position to pay off that student loan without this $300?
Yes.
Okay. How much interest are they charging? Do you know?
We do not.
It's in a default rate, but here's what I would do. Let's say you put $300 down, you can borrow the $17 for that student loan, and immediately you'll be paying in-house, the insurance company, 4% on that money. I would then pay myself back. I would amortize it for 3 years, and I would pay myself back. Well, you can pay yourself back in a lump sum or amortize it, but I would pay myself back, 14%, thereby putting some extra money in this tax-free account, and I would keep it growing. That's what I would do. But you have to truly analyze it. And don't go to just anyone. And even if you go to someone else, or no matter who you go to, even if you go to Joe or somebody you hear on my referral list, I want you to run things by me. I truly want what's best for you. The stock fund would have been just as a good idea right now, kind of, except this student loan hanging out there is a problem. You see, the money is sheltered in a life insurance policy, and it's not in a stock fund. And they're gonna get a judgment again. You know they're gonna come after you. Do you have equity in your home?
Yes.
How much equity?
We don't know that either.
Roughly, what is it worth more than you owe? What is it worth?
Oh, supposedly the house is worth around $600,000.
And what do you owe?
$200,000.
$200,000.
Okay, so you're going to have at least $350,000 in equity. Another question: what is the interest rate on your loan?
6.35, I think.
You should pay. You need to pay that loan off. That's the okay. I answered my question. I answered my question. Why the hell wouldn't you pay that loan off? I would now I know what I would do. I'd pay. That's 6%, bro. So that's, you say you owe 200. Pay off that, and you have 300. Pay off that loan, and you don't pay a penalty on this money. I'd pay off the loan. That's what I would do. But, and then you're saying, well, what do I do for income? Well, okay, here's another thing to consider. A reverse loan, unless you want to leave that equity to your kid, you don't want to do a reverse loan because it'll eat the hell out of it. But you and your wife will live pretty cushy. Look, there's all kinds of things you can do. The only problem I have, if I send you to a reverse mortgage person, that's all you'll talk about. If I send you to become the banker, that's all they'll talk about. If I send you to a stock fund guy, that's all they'll talk about. So, and there's nothing wrong with them wanting to tout their own stuff. By God, I just wish there would be someone who truly, and I know they all say it, but who would truly look at everything. And I mean, honest to God, look at everything. But I will, and I don't want a dime of your money. But you just need to be very careful at this juncture because of that $17,000 that you owe in that student loan. Okay?
Okay.
So, but really, truly, if you want income, people are saying, Tom, if he needs income, this paying off the student loan, you know, you're looking at income for this $300. You want it as a retirement fund to supplement Social Security. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and then we go back to become the banker. That's where you can borrow it and not pay income tax on it. And again, a reverse loan might be a good idea, but you're too young, and I fear you wouldn't get enough money out of your home to make it worth it. And so anyway, here's what you do. Look into each thing I talked about, but don't do anything. Call us back, and I'd be happy to talk to you. I don't have a dog in the fight. I just don't want to see hardworking people like you with a son in college just blow that money, okay? For sure. I just don't want to see you do it. 303-713-8255. Scott needs a birth date in order to file a restraining order.
That's correct, Tom.
And then Toby wants advice on a dental insurance problem we'll get to. Danielle bought a gift card. Now, I'm taking her next. Danielle and then Scott right after this.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
If he paid off his mortgage, he'd have that income right there. Yeah, there's $1,200 or whatever.
No, you're right. You're right. You know, I feel really, I know financial advisors are supposed to look at everything, but they don't. They don't. I love Joe Piano, but he's gonna sell that. And I love Paradigm. They want the my bank, my loan, my way. Then you look at. Why do they call themselves? Why do people call themselves financial advisors when really They have one trick.
Financial advisor, actually, you pay him, and he's supposed to look at everything. But now you got the financial planners and stuff that have their stock.
Okay, guys.
Different things.
Exclusions apply.
IdealHomeLoans.com. Remember that website. You can get started online. You see, they don't have to give you the old shimmy-shammy and meet with you. If you need a loan, you can go there and get it started, and they will put their guarantee in writing and the rates and everything. And what I like about Ideal Home Loans, they're direct lenders, and they have a program, the interest rate guarantee, so if you refi and rates go down, you get it automatically free, redone, free of charge. IdealHomeLoans.com will also get you a credit optimization. You may be approved, yes, but guess what? You can do other things to your credit quickly, legally, and they can show you to get even better pricing, like paying down a balance here or a balance there. 303-867-7000. Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan. You can even pick your term. So you want the low rate, right? But you don't want to go back to 30? You can do that too. Pick any term you want, custom terms. 303-867-7000, IdealHomeLoans.com.
Not only that, why didn't that guy refinance a year and a half ago when it was at 4%?
I don't know. They need to.
I don't think they needed help.
You're right, though. But if he pays off his home, listen to this.
Well, I agree. It's probably $1,000
yes,
right
the
there.
money they're paying there won't be there. That won't be there. But
he's saving 6%. It's $1,000 less a month or whatever it is.
6% by doing that.
You're right.
You're right. That's a no-brainer.
But having a paid off home
and instant sharing.
Yeah, then he'd take the rest, pay off that loan.
Oh, I did that with my house. I told the bank, I said, send me an amortization.
It just works.
If I pay this house off in 10 years, 15 years, or 20.
Oh, no, I know.
And, well, what do you need that for? I said, I just want to see what the money is, how much money you guys are making on the loan. I just want to see it.
Zoom.us. Zoom video
I went out to the Arc of Granite, and I met Mitch. Came to America with $300 in his pocket. He starts working in granite and then decides to
I would have
Granite supplies premier designer countertops and
So I told Cheryl,
importer of
this guy don't
granite
understand.
and
He'll refinance because he'll never be able to refinance them
your
now.
countertops.
Because
And
it's
then
only
you
income
buy
now, Social
only
Security.
enough granite to
You'll
get
never
it
be
done.
able
You
to
don't have to
refinance
buy
that
a slab
house.
or two
And you
or
could
three.
get right now,
And he
you could get
makes
probably
it beautiful
4.8
with artistic edges,
because he doesn't have
backdrops,
the income.
and they also do, of course, other stones.
That's a big deal. So he's got equity. He's got a lot. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They want income.
Material, custom edges,
it's
sinks,
tough
cabinets.
without
You'll
income.
love the work they do. When you get a kitchen right now, he's going to throw in the bed
Even with that
charge, and he's going to
Yeah,
show
but if he
you how
doesn't
it's done
pay
the
it, then
right
they
way.
own the note.
303-386-5919.
I didn't care that they father ahead. You would think that, but they want income.
Wow.
They want the it always been after Social Security.
So here's what happened with the shop too, on the shop note.
Beyond
The
that, starting the
bank,
new year
the people
right,
holding the note would call me up like every 2 or 3 months and they would tell me, hey, you don't need to make all these extra payments every month,
call
blah, blah, blah.
1-800-501-6000
And
or
I
visit
said, listen, when I got the
ContactBusiness.com to learn how we can
amortization,
help
I
your
can see the
business
differences
go
between
beyond
5,
that
10, and
this year.
15.
Plus,
It's just
every day in
major
January, you can
difference.
also enter
Well,
for
you
a
need to
chance
keep
to
that
win
money in your account
$10,000
for
in the
slow
Compact
periods,
Business
slow
Fast Start
times.
event.
I said,
Keep
you know, I
going,
actually
you can
understand
do
that,
grants,
but
buy new
I want
devices
to get
for
the
your
snow
sales
paid
team,
for,
upgrade
please.
your Wi-Fi network,
I got
finally
it. Thank you
replace
for
that
looking out for me.
Visit ContactBusiness.com and enter for
And they must have called me,
Compact Business
I bet you in a
Beyond
period of 2
that.
years, maybe 6, 7 times, about me making these extra payments. And I finally told them.
Official rules visit ComcastBusiness10ksweeps.com/rules. Offerings 131.19. Restrictions apply. Not available.
I want to put a couple extra $100,000 in my account.
Well, there's people here, if they think that student loan thing, I can't even believe they went to jumped on it. Here went default 4 months ago, and they haven't heard of something.
But that hasn't come back on them when they're credit or anything.
No, sure, it's gonna.
They pick the obvious choice.
They just think it's gonna go away. Right, yeah.
The Napa Legend.
So you actually can actually get a judgment, and if they do a tax return, they can take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
at participating Napa Auto Parts
So
stores.
you asked if this was a federal loan or...
Yeah,
federal loan, you can go bankrupt and you still got it. You still owe it. Private loan, bankruptcy will clear you. Not that they're going to go bankrupt. But it's...
Getting 630 from iHeartRadio.
He just needs to pay off that house. First of all, he needs to pay off that thing that they co-signed.
He makes that, and he makes 6%. That's a lot.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, so Danielle's been waiting. Hey, Danielle, let's talk about this gift card. Tell me what's going on.
Yeah, thanks you for all you do for people. I love your show.
Thanks.
Yes, thank you. I bought a gift card at King Soopers because they were offering 4 times fuel points, and we shop at Lowe's a lot, so about a $100 gift card. 5 days later, my husband went to use it, and it was empty.
What?
I contacted Lowe's. They sent me an email showing me, I'm trying to make this quick and jump over the...
But hold on, I have to ask you something. Where did you actually buy the card, Danielle?
At King Soopers, because they were offering the 4 times the fuel points.
Right, so you buy the card at King Soopers for Lowe's.
And for $100, right, and I did contact King Soopers first, and they said they always send the money directly to the merchant, that I need to contact the merchant. So next I contacted Lowe's, and they did a history of, they asked me to send the card number and the PIN number and all that.
That's what I was going to say, Danielle. The wonderful thing is, with cards, everything's traceable. What did you find out?
Right. Well, they sent me a list of somebody had shopped like 3 days after I bought the card at a Lowe's on Colfax, and they sent me a detailed list, and they spent the whole $100 all in one shot, plus another $15 that they paid with another gift card. The reason I'm calling is if it happened to me, it's probably happening, or it could be happening to other people.
No, this is a problem. Now, wait a minute. There must be security cams and everything. I mean, this is an investment.
I told them. I said, check your security camera and see who spent that money, because it wasn't me or my husband.
Well, they're going to say they had the card. It doesn't matter who it was. But, listen.
Right.
It sounds like a mistake. In other words,
inside job is what it sounds like.
Well, hold on. Now, I was thinking of that, but okay, what would they have to have? They literally have to have that card, don't they?
And the PIN.
And I know, it's strange how it all worked out. I can't imagine how they got away with it.
When did you buy it at King's? On what date?
Around the end of October.
Around the end of October. And then when was it used?
About 3 days after. We went to use it 5 days after I purchased it, and it was
holy.
And the PIN number on the back had not been scratched off.
Okay, Suzanne
off.
asked a question, which is standard. Why did you call now?
Because I've been going back and forth. They wanted me to file a police report, which I did. And so they said, well, we're waiting for the police to do their investigation.
You know, I would contest. Did you pay by credit card?
I
would contest it. I wouldn't pay for the damn thing.
Well, if they were offering 4 times the points, surely you did, right? Or was that for their King Super Reward card?
See, King Super Reward card. I forget how I paid. I have the original receipt. I can look it up. It's at home, but I paid with a debit card, most likely.
Wow.
Not a credit card.
Listen, this sucks. We need to look. I mean, you're right. It probably happened to others. We have to figure out.
I listen to your show almost every day. I thought about taking them to small claims court, but.
But who do you take? They're going to say, listen, here's the problem. If they have electronic tracking, so let's explore an inside job. What does that actually mean? How do they do it? How would they do it? Would they have that card and get the information and put it back, and then when you activated it, they would know? I'm just trying to figure out how would it actually work? I'm not doubting it. I just don't know how it would work. We need to talk to people. We need to talk to people and explore this. This is definitely one we're following up, Suzanne, because let's talk about the mistake, okay? When you scan something, though, then do you have to put in a PIN number with those cards? I don't know how they work.
Yeah,
At Home Depot you do.
Wait, on the back.
No. Did they? There's a PIN on that card, or you give them a PIN? You make up a PIN.
On the back. So no, you don't make it up. It's
all right,
on the
tell
back.
me the process. Get me the process. You have the card. What do you do?
You buy the card, you scan it at King Soopers on their scan machine, and then you get this little tiny receipt.
Wait, when you scan it, though,
that.
you're scanning it because you're paying for it like an item.
Right.
All right.
It's on your,
that's just the universal, that's just the universal product code, the UPC.
Right.
Once you scan the UPC, you pay for it. What's the next step?
Then when you go to use the card, there's a pin on the back that gets scratched off.
Okay, so you scratched off and found a pin.
Right, well, the cashier did. So it had never been scratched off.
Okay, wait, the cashier, but what if you had scratched off? Would it have been unusable?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, so that pin, okay, let's say you never saw a cashier and you went to the self-checkout. What's the process with the gift card? Do you scan it like a credit card?
Yep.
And then they ask for a pin.
Right.
And you put the pin in.
Right.
Okay, so somebody... Here's the problem with an inside job. Not only would they have to scrape off and find a pin, but they would then have to figure out when that card was loaded.
Well, they probably somehow got into the Lowe's system and saw that the card was purchased, and I'm sure the inside system shows the PIN associated with the card.
But the PIN is usually only for online orders, isn't it?
No, I don't know.
You don't need a PIN when you have a credit or a gift card for Lowe's. You don't have to have a PIN to enter.
I don't know. I don't know.
You do it for Home Depot.
Even when you go into the store, you got to enter the PIN?
Yep.
Ah.
Okay, so what you really have to, we have to figure this out. I mean, we just have to figure it out. What else can I say? If anyone listening has any clue, so you're thinking inside, not King Soopers, but inside Lowe's. Okay,
right.
It could be inside Lowe's. But I don't think they even know the pins. I, honest to God, don't believe that there would have to be a record of a pin somewhere. They knew which store and everything.
You can use it at any store.
I know, but they knew where it was spent and when it was spent. And so are they saying, I'm sorry, lady, you got what you paid for?
Yep, that's what they're trying to say. And they're waiting for the police to do an investigation. Police aren't going to mess around with something as small as this.
No, they're not. No, they're not. Unless we get multiple complaints, we have to put the word out. We have to put the word out. Have people purchased cards, gift cards, and I don't want to limit it to Lowe's, but for now, it is a Lowe's card. It was purchased at King Soopers. If you purchased a card at King Soopers or you purchased a Lowe's card, any of the two, any card at King Soopers or any Lowe's card, and you had a similar experience, we really need to know. And if you're listening to this tape delayed, it's 303 Martino will get you to us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 24/7, and that's 303 Martino, 303-627-8466. You can email us, help@troubleshooter.com. You have me, Danielle, I'm going to tell you something. This is the first time I've had this problem.
I bought those cards before at King Soopers and never had a problem before.
No one used the card. You don't have kids. I mean,
no.
There's security footage.
Absolutely not.
We need to see the security footage. I'm hoping they would let us do it just out of curiosity.
Right. It shows exactly the time of the transaction on the email and all that.
You know what?
I never shop at that.
I wonder if law enforcement, what police department?
Inglewood Police Department.
Oh, damn it. They're the worst. They're the worst. The worst.
Oh.
I mean, as far as cooperation and help, they don't give a damn. I would have said, because I could call a Denver guy or I could call someone and say, listen, let's just see what happens and get the footage and let's see what it is. And they would play along because they want to find it. But Inglewood, they don't give a damn. They just don't care. Yeah.
Tom, I'm wondering about
in Inglewood.
I'm wondering about reaching out to our Lowe's Angel and seeing if they can help with anything on this.
If we say, look, we're not accusing anyone of anything. We are curious how this happened. I don't believe Danielle is pulling a scam here for $100. It's not even worth her time. So, listen, let's get your information, Danielle, and continue this, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
I don't even know if you can use a card or do it without the card.
Yeah. I don't know that either.
And that's the thing, scratch. look at the pin.
I've used them, but I've never had trouble.
Network stocks are higher in afternoon trading.
When?
after
In a
several
minute?
Companies reported solid
When?
earnings
Buy
and
them at
upbeat
Costco all the
forecasts.
time.
Among the
Oh,
leading
yes,
tech
because you
companies.
get
Why
75
$2.50? Why this
Shares
one?
of AbbVie are falling
Yeah.
after reporting
That's
low
75 bucks off.
quarterly
Well,
results.
$75 or $100 car. Yeah.
Actually, it's $80.
Outside the US,
Usually $74.99.
There's something seriously wrong, guys.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's
America's
bizarre.
world's best-selling prescription medicine,
That's
with
a
a
weird
rheumatoid arthritis drug, the company's top earner. And Starbucks shares are rallying up nearly 3% after reporting quarterly results.
Actually, I
with
got it
earnings
going
and
on that
revenue
box
beat.
there.
Its sales rose 4% in its recent quarter, and despite growing concerns about the slowing growth of the Chinese economy, Starbucks is holding on to optimism, with its CEO telling analysts during a conference call we continue to play the long game in China. But the Fox Business Report, I'm Hillary Bursky.
Tom, you didn't want me to say anything because the mic is bad or what? Or
Imagine a better bank starts with looking at the savings rate. Really, Capital One is building something better. You can open a Capital One savings account with That's the one thing, guys. Don't savings even try.
I
From anywhere.
agree.
Like here.
Don't even try what?
One of the nation's best savings rates. Opened online at a Capital One location or from anywhere. That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
God, Rolly,
you got it. Offered by Capital One.
Oh, no, I do. I hate talking to somebody on the phone when they're eating something. They always say, what do you eat?
And 2460 spot. Shape for a Friday, the usual culprit.
And on radio, it's
northbound
the worst.
downtown, stop and go from Allen and left until you get north of Colfax. Westbound I-70 slow in the elevated portion. Westbound 270 stop and go between Vasquez and I-70. Otherwise, the drive in town looking good. Troubles on highway though. A crash there at MLK and York. Serious wreck. That intersection shut down, avoided altogether. Traffic light while functioning at the intersection.
And then after my spot, how long?
Please treat that as a 2 minutes after.
Yeah, but $100 at a time, I mean,
20 seconds, fix it 2460.
They paid it with another one.
I'm Pete Wagner.
I'm employee just
Hey, Howell.
Hi, I'm Mike Digger.
By the way, time is not critical, but I'll still stay.
Deep penetrating formula gets down deep.
Okay, guys.
Because
More
so
importantly,
there's no way they could have brought a card there and do it. They didn't have the card. Right? Didn't have the card.
Fix It 24/7. Listen to this. They've extended that special. $39 to clean and adjust your furnace to make it in perfect running order. $39. It's only for the next 10 callers. They have to limit it because it takes really hundreds of dollars of their time to do this. It really does. And it is a complete cleaning and take apart as much as they can. They take the fan motor out. They take stuff, or the cage. They take stuff out that they can. They adjust the burners. They go through the entire cabinet and the system. Why? Because they want to refurbish it to the extent they can and guarantee it as a no breakdown. All for $39. It's incredible. And these are honest, good people that are looking for your best interests. If they find a problem, it's going to be the real deal. And of course, you're never obligated. Just $39 for a complete clean and adjust your furnace. 720-526-3939. Remember, only the next 10. 720-526-3939.
I had great results. I lost 70 pounds, I weighed 265, and went down to 195.
Can you think of, I mean, unless somebody's copying cards, but how do you copy that card and stuff with
I
it?
take
Yeah.
Android 400 every day, so I'm going to take it forever.
That was Walt talking about Android 400. Now listen to what Bob
Dan?
has to say.
I'm baffled to your radio commercial.
I'm too.
That's not possible, but since I've experienced it, your
No.
commercials aren't strong enough.
I have, Bob.
76 and I've had a belly for way too long.
I don't care in
My
person.
body is
No,
shrinking.
I bought a car at Home Depot, and if I take it to the cashier, they won't necessarily do the PIN. But if you do a self-checkout, you will want the PIN. I've had it both ways at cashiers. Sometimes they want the PIN, sometimes they'll just do it.
Are you sure they also get an affordable way to boost
I don't think so. I think it was still scratched off.
Android400.com or call
I think they might have the option. I wonder if that would be on record if they use the PIN.
Swipe it or punch the number in or something like that. Because like in your credit
So when you go on
card.
your
Smoking sections on airplanes,
When you go on your own,
restaurants,
you don't
and then gradually it got
If you
to
do a self-checkout,
where it
you
wasn't
absolutely
anymore.
have to put a PIN
It's
in.
not part of the
If you do
social
self-checkout.
norm anymore. It's not accepted.
But if
I
the
was at a
cashier
place
has
somewhere
both
where
ways.
there
30,
was a
please.
single person smoking. Even in my own home, I had my own designated space to smoke. If I think about it, it really was like I was punishing myself. It was really a friend of mine that said, why wouldn't you just try the Jewel? And I thought,
how long have you been with our team?
Okay, I'll try it.
My first time.
So I went out and I bought
signed
one.
up for,
And to get me going back to smoking is, I couldn't even imagine doing that. I just don't enjoy it anymore.
The special
I don't think anyone, including myself, I can switch.
I got a couple bits in my
Carolyn
car.
made the switch October 2016.
Hey,
Make the switch at
do you do the, how often
That's
do you do the glue or do you do the
JUL.com.
bending? We do the
Warning,
glue
this product contains
and
nicotine.
every part of the
Nicotine
body
is
is
an addictive
different. Is
chemical.
it really? Some you gotta push, some you gotta pop, some you gotta
32 hour back. Do you want another 30? It's a use of your time, but you don't know where to
So
turn.
it's all different. Everybody, you gotta use
describe to you. Please talk to my friends in Alliance Leasing, where they can typically save you about 10%
over the
$5
starter.
$5
I didn't know that. They're still hard. The new aluminum bodies, they're a beast. Hard to fix or hard to fix? I know what you're doing. My techs have over 20 years of
Denver's
experience.
Talk
so they know
Station,
what to do.
630 K-How.
Our friend JJ from the Springs, Hell One Solutions, has a special. Here's the thing, our Big Springs audience drops off in the third hour. No, we still have some on KHOW, but we have an affiliate that dropped off. So you may want to call in and do this again. But what is the special you said you had, JJ?
Well, right now we're doing it.
You got to get that mic right to your mouth, bro. I know you're not used to it. It's okay.
We got the deductible assistance, $500, $1,000, whatever your deductible is on an approved insurance claim.
You're going to waive the deductible?
We waive the deductible.
And what
for you.
else?
And right now we're giving a $350 Visa gift card.
$350?
Yes.
Or is $250?
$350.
Wow.
Right now is what we're doing.
So wait, it's a real Visa gift card,
yes,
preloaded, $350.
Yes. And we give that to all of our new customers that open up an insurance claim with us. Here's the thing. There's a lot of people out there that are on a body shop waiting list 4 or 5 months out when they don't need to be on that list. They can give us a call and we can walk them through it and take them off that list and fix their cars now.
Even if there's paint damage?
Even if there's paint damage, yes.
Okay, cool, guys. It's not just paintless dent repair, but regular dent repair. So here's the number. Is that the number you want to use, the 855?
855, yes.
Why do you have that, out of curiosity? Is that your cell?
That's my 800 number, goes to the shop.
Oh, okay. 855-442-4587.
Yes.
Colorado Springs. Well, he doesn't care where you're from, but it's Hell One Solutions. And it's for paintless dent repair or regular for hail, okay? And they can get you right in with waiving the deductible plus a $350 gift card. Wow, 855-442-4587. That's a great deal. Linda's got a comment on gift cards. You know, we're puzzled because we had a caller who said her gift card was used 3 days after she bought it, and she had it in her possession. It had not been scratched off. She bought it at King Soopers. She tried to use, it was a Lowe's card, and someone went to Lowe's 3 days later and bought the stuff. So, what's going on, Linda?
Hi, Tom. I was going to call because, like you said, I'm sorry, I'm nervous.
Oh, it's okay. It's just you and me and a few 100,000 people.
Oh, yeah.
What's happening?
No, I work for retail and everything, and I tell people when they purchase it, I circle their receipt and say, this has been activated. And then when they do use it, to use their PIN, you could call the number and call in and you could request a PIN.
Well, the PIN is on the back of it. You scratch and get a PIN.
No. You have to call and make your own PIN number. Is it like a Visa or a credit card? You can use your own PIN.
Okay, on the ones though, on the store credit cards, the PIN is already on the card.
No, that's just a security thing.
That's I'm confused. Are you the one that you know when you scratch off the back of the card, Linda?
Yes.
There's a PIN number there. Are you saying that is not your PIN number?
No.
That's like a security number. You know, when you go like a credit card.
Yeah, it's like it's that code.
Yes.
Huh.
That's the code. And here again, I could be wrong again.
Okay, well, we'll look into that. All right, thank you. I appreciate you calling. Scott, what's going on? You need to find out someone's birth date. Is that right?
Tom?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just about missed you, man. I'm trying to get the birth date of this guy. I want to file a restraining order on, but I don't know how to do it.
Well, if you needed a birth date on everyone you wanted to do a restraining order, that would never work, because what would happen if you're in danger and you don't got the guy's birth date, but he's threatened to kill you and people have he's been buying ammunition? I don't see a judge saying, "I'm sorry, Scott, you don't have his birthday." I mean, do they really, hold on now, did they really say without it you can't do it?
Without it, the Denver Sheriff Department can't arrest anybody if there's not a date of birth.
Oh, that's so... Okay, they see a guy robbing a store. We can't arrest you, sir, unless we have your birthday. I'm not going to give it to you. All right. Okay, just go ahead then. Don't do it again. I mean, it seems weird to me, Scott, that they would require that. Here's what I need to do. I need to check with, like, I don't know if we'll get a hold of Joe Lazara, criminal defense attorney, or someone, but really... You went to the courthouse to file this, is that right?
Oh, yes, sir, this morning. I was in there.
Okay, did you go to the court or to the sheriff's department?
I went to both this morning.
But you went to the court for a restraining order, is that right?
Correct.
And you said to the court, and you saw a judge, and you said, "My life is in danger."
That's right, I got it wrote down.
You said, "My life is in danger. This man is threatening me. I need a restraining order." And they said, "We can't do it without his birth date."
She said, "Take this over to the sheriff's department."
Scott, that's not the right answer. You did not file a restraining order. Scott, I'm telling you, you have to go before a judge and file a restraining order, and they do not need the date of birth. So I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Did you get a restraining order? Do you have one? If you have one, okay. And you don't need the sheriff to serve it.
Okay.
If you have a restraining order, anyone can serve it.
Right, but the sheriffs told me after I got the paperwork out of the courthouse and walked across the street, they said, "We're not going to do anything with this until there's a date of birth."
Okay, then find someone else to serve it. If they're so idiotic that they won't serve it, have someone else serve it.
Oh, okay. That's what all this is about, the server. I thought it was about the whole arrest thing. If something
well, hold on, Scott. Are you asking that he be arrested right now?
No, I'm not. No.
Okay, well, then that's all that matters. Here, it's just, first of all, I think it's wrong, by the way, that the sheriff's department refuses to help you because you don't have a date. That's the most asinine thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, who the hell's going to know that?
Right. Exactly, Scott. I mean, you have a restraining order filed by the court, and the sheriff's department is saying, "Sorry, we're not gonna protect you." That's what
I got it right here.
What sheriff's department did you say it was? Denver.
It was Denver, yeah.
Okay, Suzanne, and I'm serious about this. We need to get. We're not going to get it today. The Denver Sheriff's Department PIO, Public Information Officer, to address this. If there is a woman in danger of her life, domestic violence, the sheriff's department is saying, we will not help that woman. We are not going to file a restraining order for her. I mean, serve it. We're not going to serve it because she won't give us the date of birth. We can't do it. She went out with a guy. She met at a bar. She doesn't have his birthday. He's threatened to kill her, and they have a restraining order, but the sheriff's department says, "Sorry, young lady, you're just going to have to take your chances until you get the date of birth." Can you even fathom the sheriff's department doing that? And the answer is, if they don't do it to her, they shouldn't do it to Scott either. What?
I'll reach out to them, Tom, but I just wonder about doing a background check on the person he's talking about to get the birth date for him.
Well, we can do that, but we should. But I still want to know. I still want to know why the hell they would refuse it.
Yeah.
And Suzanne, I thought we needed a date of birth to do a background.
I thought we did too, but then somebody else said different, so I don't know.
Listen, we can try to help you, Scott, but we really need to get an answer to this. Can you imagine, listen carefully, a woman going to the sheriff's department with an active restraining order that she just got from the courts? Her life is in dire danger. And the sheriff's department refuses to help her because she does not have the date of birth. If you live in Denver County, you should be very concerned right now with the sheriff's department. Very, very, very concerned.
This report is sponsored by your local Ford store.
Just getting word of a brand new crash on eastbound I-270 at York. Watch out for back.
Oh my God. All on their watch.
Scratch to remove pin or
right.
Right.
I don't know. I don't use them enough to know. I swear to God.
Well, it says on that pin. Now, if it might be different with a Visa card, you know, you buy a 3-digit code. No. What's the scratch? Visa, you buy a Visa local card, right? Oh, right. That might be different.
Now, that don't make sense. I buy gift cards all the time to give to my customers.
So, Tom, there was a gentleman up here.
The cashier's not
just got off 2014 seat warmers not working. 2014 Silverado. He got off the line. I guess he didn't want to wait. But, there's two fuses, a 30 and a 10 amp.
Not the key super. Exactly. I can't figure
it out. You want to have a card reading, free transmission?
They do sell the card reading for you.
All right, let's talk about SimplyFloorsInc.com. SimplyFloorsInc.com. That's where you go to make your own appointment with Simply Floors and Buddy Mitchell's crew. And when I say crew, from the sales to the installation to the follow-up, not only will you get great service and designer services, you will save money, routinely 20%, up to 40% and sometimes 50% for all the same floor coverings as those big boxes, but better service and better prices. Southwest corner of 52nd and Ward is the showroom. You can call 303-456-4660 or go to the website, simplyfloorsinc.com.
I'm still not used to that. You're yakking away. I wasn't even paying attention.
I wonder, this with the restraining the date of birth deal.
To the year,
If a person got hurt but didn't have the date of birth, could they sue Denver? You got to allow you to sue you, right?
You can't sue Denver for anything.
Right. I think the court's got to say you can sue them. Okay, that's horrible.
Well,
yes, it is and it isn't. I mean,
the guy hung up, which is suspect.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
People using Zoom video conferencing. Turn any size conference room, huddle room, or executive office into a Zoom room with flawless HD video, crystal clear audio, and
that's all. Thanks for sandwich, Tom. Yes, thank you very much, Tom. Thank you for that. We should do that every day.
Or use Zoom.
Just for you.
Your free Zoom room trial today. That's Zoom.com.
Mark got cookies, sandwich,
I got
coffee, water.
I didn't buy it yet, but it's in my cart. Now I gotta look for this one.
All the supplies you need to run your business.
I had one guy's been with me a long time.
Oh, I don't think you'd like this, but man, is it cool.
Everything
running around.
And right now, a 12-pack of big round stick ballpoint.
Oh God, if I got this, would you get the jokes? Oh my God, it's available. Not all. Damn. If it was available, the trans man, you would get so many comments. It would be funny. People would never forget it. Sorry, Mark, but the trans man.
And I want to tell you, the Raleigh House is an addiction treatment facility, and they're offering this information line free of charge, so you can ask any question you have about addiction.
Do you know that
with an addict transmission that's Denver confidential, they can help.
Really?
720-893-5559. 720-893-5559.
We go to. How long ago did you get that?
Markets go up.
No, we try to cap
Markets go down. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your
Oh, 50 for all your guys.
Saturday on
Well, there's 2
6:30
stores.
KL.
Okay.
Do roller
So
coaster
either
markets
store. I mean,
make
if
you
they're gonna
nervous?
buy lunch,
With
we
all
try to
its
keep it
ups
in that
and
window.
downs, don't let
If it's
market
60, that's
volatility
50.
Sure,
derail
sure.
your retirement.
No, it's usually like
Get you a
Yoda
complimentary
or
review of your
what's the other
portfolio.
burger?
Call
Burrito.
720-488-8600.
Yeah.
That's That's 720-488-8604 or online at yourmoneyretirement.com.
Ask Alexa. Exactly, but that's kind of where I try to keep it in there, you know.
The Sean Hannity Show.
It wasn't word. It was a special day. Kevin, it was a special day.
Okay, man. We're on, right? Okay. Tom Martino here. Listen, please stay on the line if you have a gift card comment, but I need to go to Tony, who's been waiting a long time. Toby, what's going on, Toby?
Hey, Tom. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
Hey, back in June and July of 2017, I had a place build me a oral appliance to treat my sleep apnea.
Gotcha.
The way I remember the deal was I had to pay for the home sleep study for $300, and then they would submit it to insurance. And
there's a long process. I mean, you do the sleep study, then the doctor, then the appliance, and then this, and then that, and insurance hardly ever pays for it.
Right, and the problem is, you know, I haven't heard from them since 2017.
Did you ever pay?
Well, just for I paid for the sleep study, and then
okay, the sleep study results. Do you have them?
I doubt it.
Okay,
but
and was it the overnight sleep study, the do-it-yourself one? How much was it?
Yourself, $300.
Okay, what do you mean? Who's the doctor?
It was Belmar Park Dental Care.
Who? Delmar?
Belmar, B-E-L.
Oh, Belmar. I'm sorry. Did you call Belmar Dental Care?
Well, oh yeah, because they got in touch with me like around the first of the year and sent me a bill for $2,120.
For what?
For the oral appliance.
Well, you're not going to pay something you never got.
Well, no, I got it.
Wait.
Tom, the
hold on a
insurance
second.
didn't...
This is really crazy. I thought you said the sleep study and you never heard from them again.
No. I got the appliance. The problem is they never submitted.
No one listening to you would have figured that out. Okay, so you got the appliance when?
Oh, like in August.
Okay, so what's the problem? You don't want to pay for it.
Well, no, they never submitted anything to my insurance.
Well, okay.
And so now they're
in the pure sense of the word, Toby, you're responsible for it. Did they say they would file it for you?
Yes, they said that they would do a pre-authorization. They didn't do that.
Wait. Do you have in your contract with them that they where you signed for it that they would get a pre-authorization?
You know, I doubt if I've got anything left over from it because it's been so long.
Did you sign for it and authorize it?
Yeah, I'm sure I did.
Here's what I'm getting at. Here's what I believe happened. I believe they told you that. But I believe that you signed something saying that in the event insurance doesn't cover this, you're paying for it. But we don't know that. And so you need to ask them. Did you ask them if they submitted it?
Yes, I did, and I did not.
Okay. Can they submit it now? You don't have to get a pre-authorization to have it done.
It's too late. My insurance is refusing it because it's been over a year.
Well, they don't know it. It doesn't even have to be over a year if you didn't take it yet. That's what I'm getting at. If you just date it for when it is, why wouldn't they do it?
Well, I don't know. I mean, they just the dental office. I'm assuming the way they've talked to me, they tried to run it through the insurance with the date of service, which was in 2017.
Then I would sue them. I would sue them in small claims court for breach of contract. But if you don't have it in writing, you're going to lose. Toby, listen.
Right.
I'm throwing my hands up in the air, and I'll tell you why. It's very simple. You really didn't do it the right way. You don't have your paperwork. I don't know what you signed. Suzanne?
Tom, now they are willing to cut the bill in half since they screwed up.
Well, that's great because that's what insurance would have paid, if anything. So it's the same exact deal as insurance. Why wouldn't you do that?
Well, I kind of wanted to get your opinion on it.
I think it's great because the insurance wouldn't have paid anything, in my opinion. But the best you would have gotten is 50%. I think that's a great idea.
And I probably would have counted toward my deductible, right?
And it still will.
Not gonna happen.
Why wouldn't it?
I don't think it will.
No, they said they wouldn't pay. Listen, they said they wouldn't pay for it. They didn't say you didn't need it. If you need something medically necessary, it goes toward your deductible for when you pay it.
Okay.
I mean, you have to prove it's medically required. Toby, I think that's a good deal. I really do. Bob, what is your gift card comment? Bob?
Yeah, hey, Tom.
What's your comment on the gift card?
Yeah, I can explain to you exactly how it works, the scam.
How did it work?
Follow this. The scammer goes to King Soopers and say they're going to do a Home Depot.
Okay.
They take 5 of the Home Depot cards, they take them home, scratch a number off, you can buy on the internet that seal.
Okay, then what? Then
they take it back to King Soopers, put it back on the shelf, and wait for the card to be activated. When the card's activated, they have a clone card. They go and use it.
But wait a minute, though. What do you mean they... I need to talk to you tomorrow because I have a lot of questions, and they're not answered because they pay for it. So what good is that? They already paid for it. It's like I'm going to pay $100 for my damn. I'm going to rob $100 for that. Hold on, or please come back tomorrow.
Oh, I think you can
get up first thing,
I want tomorrow. This guy Bob. Please ask Bob to come back.
When I'm talking about it,
maybe here tomorrow. That was your
You're closing the car. Oh, who just hung up on him?
So I started looking, and then Drew came up. I did both for a while.
Tom, they don't have to buy the card. They can just take the card and not activate it. Put the project. It's not worth it. It's not activated.
But how do they know it's got a card at the time?
They're taking it, they're closing the card, they're scratching it.
How does he know when it's activated?
That was my question.
Yeah, no, that part I know, but how does he know when it's activated?
That was what I was saying.
You must have to keep going back and wait and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
That's a lot of work for a $100 scam.
What if you do a bunch of them, I guess?
Wait a couple days and you go in and try the card, I guess.
But then how do you buy it at Lowe's without a card? You just say, hey, I got this number here and stuff?
No, he said that they clone the cards.
So how do you clone a card?
I know Walmart has the got the cards that they just reload. You don't have to scratch them. So they don't actually ask to see the card, you just scan it. That's probably what they're doing.
What's that? I'm not sure.
Let's see what this guy said. I said
this is getting complicated.
Short pay didn't have to. Short pay.
I'm not sure.
Our guys take this little scanner in the store when nobody's looking. They take the gift card off the rack.
I have a meeting at 3 in the tech center.
Put the card back in the
rack
rack
at 3:20.
The bad guy has all the gift card information. Didn't have to buy the card. I understand that.
It's empty out pretty quickly.
Within a day or two of that card being activated, are they able to get to the store? Because obviously they need to get there before the person who bought the card, right?
Wow.
Right.
They can't just go to the church area there and have coffee.
You know what I mean?
It almost has to be like, say,
whoops, Mark, there's still cookies left.
I know.
Okay.
Strong in here with